Hello friends, and welcome to once again a stream, because that's how it works. We're streaming over here, streaming our little lives away. Harstem is now live streaming StarCraft 2, that is indeed correct. And live streaming StarCraft 2, let me update the title, edit settings. So that's going to be Maru, Cyril, Hero, Classic, Max Packs, and more. Tournament. Alright. And I think, my dear friends, that means we're good to go. Set up my settings. Look at this Supreme Gamer. I'm in the entertainment category, not in the gaming. That's incorrect. Although it is, of course, entertainment. YouTube changed that by itself. Nothing I can do about it. Alright, the game has already started. I had to walk my dog, man. I can't help it. Almost first. Always glad to catch stream. Thank you for the great content. Oh, my chat isn't working today. That's fantastic. Let me see if it's working now. Could you guys send some messages? I want to see if it's working or not. At the same time, we'll push this thing live, so we can already start watching while I'm figuring out my settings. I don't think my chat is working. Okay, that works. Test. Oh, there we go. The test is working. Not first. Hey, what's up, Dings? Good to see you, buddy. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, good lord, what the hell do we have going on here? Oh, it seems to me like Hero is winning with a classic proxy Stargate against a classic 3-gate Robo. This has been all the rage lately. Hey, what's up, Lucas? By the way, are the sound levels okay? Please tell me if the sound levels aren't okay. On YouTube, it's hard because you have this little slider here, but it doesn't give me a percentage. So I have to kind of gamble where it should go. And I think I'm about correct, but I'm not sure. Oh, that was nice control, by the way. It's okay? Okay, glad to hear. I want it to be perfect, though. I don't settle for just okay. Hey, what's up, Maximilian Bourgeois? It's good? Okay, good. Just like this game is. If you use up and down arrows, it shows percentages. Really? Okay, thanks. I'll use it tomorrow. From tomorrow on, I will have a set percentage, so I'll remember it. Another PvP makes me sad. The beauty of PvP, this is also why it's a superior mirror matchup, is that all these games end so quickly. What Classic is playing here, by the way, has been a very popular response as of late to any type of one-base play. It's getting a Robo at home and then one-base all-inning with a Robo. But from home, not a proxy Robo, just a regular Robo. 3-gate Robo, 2-gate Robo, 4-gate, whatever. Yeah, actually it's just 3-gate Robo most of the time. That's a good stasis ward. That's a very good stasis ward. Hero, however, doesn't have a battery, and that's a little bit frustrating. Might actually still be in some trouble. Bad control out of Classic as he loses one Stalker for no real reason. Might still be fine, though. First Immortal popping out for Hero as... yeah, he'll go to town on this. Immortal's gonna probably die. Okay, this was nice control out of Classic. Gotta give him that, but he's still dead. But he's dead. He probably should have waited for his own Immortal, but... hard to make that call as Hero wins game number 1. What's the verdict on Zero Space? I freaking love that game. It's super fun. Although I'm afraid of something. You know, I play quite a bit of Zero Space, and I play a lot of StarCraft. And I think the gameplay, I unironically believe that the gameplay concepts in Zero Space are better than in StarCraft. Like the way that the gameplay rules, basically. It forces way more engagements. Engagements feel meaningful. They take quite a while. But there are some serious issues that are still there. So when you play StarCraft, everything just works, you know? Like you click something. Like when I touch a probe, I know exactly what it's going to do when I click somewhere. And in Zero Space, I don't have that. And I don't think that's because I'm inexperienced. I think it's because the movement and the things don't work as well. The collision, that stuff needs to be fixed for it to be viable. The problem is that StarCraft 2 set the bar so high for what feels good, is that any other game that you play just feels bad. And even if the gameplay is fun, it feels like a hassle to go through it sometimes. So although I think the gameplays are good, I think a lot of things need to be fixed. And it makes sense because it's in alpha, and I assume it's going to be fixed. If you look at some of the alpha gameplay footage that StarCraft 2 had, it looked terrible as well. I'm not sure at what point, like these things like unit collision and also the readability of StarCraft is freaking insane. It's so good. And in Zero Space, I do struggle, even when I'm controlling my own army, to kind of figure out what's going on sometimes. Like, hey, is my hero still alive? Like, there's some things that I think definitely need to be fixed. But the gameplay and the way the races interact, I think these are very, very high tier. You can see they really thought about it. And it's... I know that I think in Company of Heroes, you have some like map control components. I'd never seen that before in an RTS because I played 2 RTSs in my life, Warcraft 3. Well, I played the Settlers too. I played Settlers, Warcraft 3, and I played StarCraft 2. And I played a bit of Brood War, but nothing memorable about my time playing Brood War. So yeah, I think the concepts are very good. I have a good time playing it, but some of the things feel like a freaking hassle to do. Oh, yeah, that's about it. Hey, what's up, Noctem? Forgot sound? I gotcha. Yeah, so what I need is because every single time I need to mute when they play the music, because I think they have music that is non-DMCA friendly. Or it's DMCA unfriendly. So if I play it, I get my crap demonetized on YouTube, which is not good. Because then why am I even pressing the money button all the time in between the games? That makes no sense. So I need to mute it every time in my OBS. But then sometimes I forget. And I also need to unmute it again. And these are 2 things. You know, it's hard. Yeah, the music is also insanely loud. They should just cut the music. Just have pro gamers sing. Dum, dum, dum. Let's have a look what's kicking off here. Hero 224. Ooh. So, okay, if I'm classic here and I'm seeing this wall and I'm seeing double adept, like the alarm bells are not just going off. You know, they're flashing red. And you know how some alarms, they also have like a bzzz, like a vibrating thing? I think that's how it works if you're deaf, right? Then there's some type of vibration. How does that work? Like a fire alarm for deaf people. I think there's probably some type of vibrating that goes on then. Probably like lights and some type of vibration to wake you up. That would make sense for me. That's what's happening with Classic right now. He's getting the full treatment. The full alarm treatment. Deaf people have flashing lights. Surely there has to be more. Like a flashing light is not gonna wake me up. No shot. I could probably sleep through a nuclear war, though. What is this build out of Hero? So, I think Hero didn't manage to scout, and as a result thought he was being all-in. And now he built a robotics facility because he thinks he was being all-in. Now that he isn't being all-in, he's going to all-in himself. And in my professional opinion, this won't work. Stargate into Immortal all-ins are some of the worst builds in the world. And as I say that, I'm well aware that Hero sometimes make things like this work, but generally I think it's very hard. You see he's cutting probes already. The problem is that he's just going to have a very low worker count. Or a very low unit count. Because he spent 600 resources for a single Oracle, right? 300 gas, 300 minerals. That was a good stasis. That's going to, you know, get him some of those resources back. The second Immortal on the way as well. Yeah, so Hero here is all-inning. And if this works, I'd be shocked. I really would be shocked. Is there still a sentry, though? If there are no sentries, it's possible that Classic dies. Because then you might skip the battery. Because there's no reason to build a battery at this point for him. Like, yeah, there's really no reason. Is that a third Immortal? I have actually no clue what this build is. I'm not even sure if he's all-inning. It's building sentry, so he should be all-inning. But at the same time, This build feels so bad that it almost doesn't feel like it's hero playing, you know? This could be like a guy on the ladder that has his own build order. Like, this is a 5.6, like 5.6k MMR build. There's these guys that have a single build that they made themselves, and they know the ins and outs. And it isn't good. Like, this works up, like, there's a glass ceiling. Or just a regular ceiling. It's not even a glass ceiling. Like, they're well aware of the ceiling. Everyone... Oh, God. That's another stasis. Actually blocking the adept as well, which is kind of funny. And here comes the Prism. He really needs to get a hallucination scout. Otherwise, he's going to expand to a third base. The only way that Classic dies here is if he takes a third and throws down a Forge. What? Why is Hero the one that's scouting with probes? Oh, he doesn't want to get caught. Oh my god, this is so cool. I thought, why is he scouting for proxies? He's not scouting for proxies. He's scouting for adepts. For any potential adept run-bys. Because he's very vulnerable for that. To that. Hero's taking a third? Okay, I've never seen this build. I'm going to not judge it yet. So my gut feeling tells me this is god-awful. But it is at least interesting. I've never seen this particular build. Super low gateway units, high immortal count. Ooh, Classic teleports back home. Needs to pull the boys instantly. This is kind of scary for Classic. Is he just gonna die? Nah. Yeah? I'm not sure if I like that teleport. Wait, you think Hero just wins? I'm glad I held off Judgment, because this went freaking terrible for Classic. Honestly, this is only due to very poor scouting. Like, no hallucinations being used for vision gathering. That's that's sucky. Now, although the supply looks good and the worker count... Oh, the Nexus didn't get cancelled. That's a good point out by the Observer. There's no third base for Hero. So... What's the gateway count for Classic? Is it 4? If it's 4, I think Classic is still winning, actually. So the thing with building Immortals is, I mention this often, but the Immortal is a bad unit. Well, it's a very good unit, but it's a bad unit early on because it costs so much money and it means you're delaying your infrastructure. I think Classic is being too aggressive. He's even worker count up a base. I mean, this seems idiotic. And now the Adept is also coming in. Snipes a pylon, loses 3 Stalkers. That is a bad trade, my friends. The Adept finishes up. Okay, we're gonna get a double Adept recall. Yeah, I honestly think Classic would have been in a great spot had he done nothing. Because there's no follow-up here for a Hero. Like, what's his follow-up gonna be? Another move out with Immortal Void Ray? Once Charge finishes, this game should be uber over. Is he actually just gonna play Airtals? This is such a confusing game. I honestly, like, the opener that Hero played, I haven't seen. Triple Immortal, 2 Sentry, 1 Adept move out, into more Immortals and then a Void Ray. And I honestly believe that this game went as well as it could have for Hero. Like, this was the best case scenario, like, by a freaking mile and a half. Like, absolutely the best case scenario. And his situation, I think Hero is behind. It doesn't look like he's behind, but he is behind. Unless he gets this Prism, which I don't think he gets. No, okay. If he had gotten that Prism, that would have been really bad. Because these 5 gates are about to finish up. We're gonna see Charge. This move out is sick. As in, crazy. Like, not good sick. The bad type of sick. This is COVID levels. Early 2020, you know? When we were very afraid. That's what this is. Forge coming down. I like the way that Classic is playing this. You know, in this case, I wouldn't even mind a Templar Archives and a Fort Gas. I actually think that would be the perfect call here. I think this attack is idiotic, though, by Classic. I think he should have waited for 1 more warp, and this is incomprehensible. I just don't understand this. This entire game I don't understand, but this fight was one of the worst calls I've seen in a long time. Like, it actually just doesn't make any sense. This should have been a complete wipe. Like, Hero should have been wiped off the map after this. Once again, we're going to need a Templar Archives. Like, if you're Classic here, Templar Archives is such... like, this feels so natural to me. Like, you have 800 gas in the bank, even off of 3 gases. Okay, there we go. TA. thought we also had a Forge on Classic side. Maybe it was Hero that built... No, yeah, we have a Forge on Classic side. Like, Hero is playing like he's all-inning the entire time. And then he is all-inning, but he's also taking bases behind his all-ins. This reminds me of, like, these Day 9 daily advices. It's like, whenever you attack, expand behind it. It's like, that's real cool. But if you're going for a dedicated 2-base all-in, you probably want all the minerals for that committed 2-base all-in, rather than also investing 400 in a structure that's going to pay off in a minute and a half. Like, it doesn't make much sense to do that. Unless it's just a pressure. Like, if you're pressuring and you're expanding, that's fine. But it really feels like Hero is doing these committed move-out timings. And then... I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not entirely sure what this is. He cancelled the 4th base now. He's gonna hit with a bunch of adepts. The Archon count needs to grow. You're gonna need 4 Archons here. I think that's a perfect number. Once again, Classic just completely blind on the map. No vision the entire time. This has been a very weird game. Like, honest to God, just one of the weirdest games. Defensively, Classic would have probably had a good fight here, I think. With the amount of Archons he has. But maybe Classic doesn't believe it. So it might have been on purpose here. I'd be surprised if this was on purpose. Because it's a bad call. I think Hero just wins. Yeah. Incomprehensible game, absolutely. +1 should be cancelled here. It's very important. I think +1 did finish already for Hero, which is a big deal. Immortals having 1 less shot for Stalkers, if there are even any Stalkers still alive. Classic has a lot of cash in the bank though and managed to escape with probes. Hero has 33 probes and is taking the bottom left side as well. I wonder how many probes of Heroes escape. I think more than 10 though. And if he has that bottom left side base, now it's not a great position to fight in. Then again, he does have the range advantage with both Immortal Adept. I think he's just fine. I think he's fine. He's absolutely fine, Hero. Archon count is at 3. Which I don't think is high enough. Wait, this is actually big. If he gets that Nexus... Or if he gets the probes. If he gets the probes, that would be huge too. Did he try to surround an Archon with probes? That would have been the sickest play had that succeeded. Classic is the one that needs to attack. Hero wants to have a small fight. He wants his army to be together near a ramp, ideally. Or in between the Nexus. Yeah, this is a good spot to fight, I think. This is a very nice spot to fight. How many Immortals do we still have? We have 4 Immortals. Please don't shade. Please don't finish this shade. Right? Cancel that, right? Ah, it might be fine. Left side army. What's that left side? He's gonna kill the buildings. Was the plan there to kill the buildings? That didn't work. There are 4 Immortals. Or 4 Archons and 4 Immortals. But yeah, Adepts are stupid in this case. Very well done by Hero. Very weird build. And I think Classic... not a fan of how he played. Not a fan of how he played at all this game. And we can... Let's first do this. Then we click the full screen face for a second. So up next going to be Cure versus Dark, then Oliveira versus Clem. Wait, what? Maru Serral has been changed? It's not Maru Serral today? Wait, I lied? TL told me something different. What the hell? I've been bamboozled? Am I blind? How did I get half of the lineup correct? Actually clickbaited. I can't believe it. Did they change the days around? It was Maru Serral yesterday, no? And this morning I checked as well. And when I was filling it in, it still was that way. Like, I still have it open on Liquipedia. It said Classic Hero, Cure Dark, Maru Serral, Max Pack Shin. Look, I'm not crazy. What? They bamboozled? What the hell? Oh, I'll change the title. That's not cool. I'm sorry for that. I didn't know I was bamboozling you. Still, I did bamboozle you. My apologies. What the hell is that? That makes no sense. I was gonna... What was I about to do? I'm completely shocked now. This is what Taylor Swift must have felt when Kanye West walked up stage. I can't remember my speech. I had something prepared. What was I gonna say? I was in the middle of a story. Dang it. Twitch. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe I just wanted to check what the Twitch chat had to say. Now you can be hyped for a whole nother day. Yes, I'm very happy about that. I can't believe I've been bamboozled like this. Alright, I want to do some shoutouts from the Twitch boys. Thank you, you insolent fool, for the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, Jamacha, for the 38-month resub as well at tier 1. That's very cool. I appreciate that. I also got a super chat. Maximilian Bourgeois became a level 2 subscriber on YouTube. Thanks for becoming a level 2 subscriber, man. That's super cool. I didn't even know that was possible. I think you might be my first level 2 subscriber. If you had clicked on the match itself, it would have shown the correct date yesterday already. Oh, dang it. That's my bad. Will we get another balance patch? Yeah, for sure. There will be another balance patch. When, I can't say. When, I don't know. Definitely something. I don't think it's going to be pre-Kato anymore, because that would be weird. I know people hated a lot on the last balance patch, but I honestly like the way it kept things fresh. You know what the problem is? You know what I think is really cool in strategy games? But this might just be me. I think the strategy part is really cool. So I like when things are changed up. You have things that stay the same and then things that change. I think that's really cool. Because then you have new interactions between units. So in my ideal world, every 3 months or every 6 months, StarCraft changes completely. It's just wild stuff. The funny thing is that when things change completely, there might be broken things, but no one figures it out until 3 months after. Then it changes again. So it doesn't matter. I think that's a cool concept. No one else agrees with me, though. There's like 2 guys that agree with me, just in the entire world. Everyone's like, no, we like it. Why don't we balance it through the maps like Brood War? Like, we could do that. But I want everything to be changed every time. Just the entire, just blow it up. You're describing Dota 2? Yeah. I think that is a really cool thing to do. And then sometimes they figure out, it's like something's really broken and no one figured out for like 4 months. With Dota, you also have like infinite heroes. But I think like things like messing costs around and stuff like that. I think that's just really cool already by itself as well. I don't know. Why not change every day? It's just at the start of the day, the Blizzard intern just flips a coin and see what he does with the unit values. I mean, technically, not a bad thought. Hey, what's up, Orion? Good to see you, buddy. Wait, someone completed the military service? Is that what I just read in my chat? Who was that? Congrats for completing the military. Crested Peak 9. Ah, very nice, Crested Peak. Singapore's mandatory conscription. He managed to finish it. Well done. We're all proud of you. And thanks for these subs. Aaron is fab and Dinks for gifting a sub to Crested Peak. Does Contaminate stop Nidus? I actually have no clue, dude. You tell me. This sounds like a setup for something, you know, where I'm saying no and you go, aha, it does, you idiot. What do you know about this game? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Would you put it on the, like, if you can't put it on the Nidus worm. Could you? I mean, and then they can't pop out anymore. That's what you mean, right? So if you put it on the Nidus network, would you still be capable of throwing down a Nidus worm if your Nidus network gets contaminated? I don't know. I don't actually know. Do you think it would be a good idea to make a map where the starter base is a gold base? You know, this sounds dumb, but I think that is much more balanced than having a gold base as the natural or as the third. Like, it just changes it up. I actually think that's a super cool idea. Yeah, I like that. Because build orders would just be completely different. You'd have to specifically prepare for that map. I think that is a good plan. Yeah. Everyone else hates it, though. Yeah, the naturals are gold. Idiots. I think it's good. Give the main base a single... No, don't do that. That's bad for Protoss. Give the main base 5 gases. Whereas when you rush High Templar on one base. 7 Archon drop at the 3-minute mark. Okay, but the gold base is best for Zerg because Zerg can take the gold base the quickest usually. If your main is a gold base with 6 patches, it's instantly fully saturated. So every race is the same. Like, gold bases are good for Zerg because Zerg expands first every single time consistently. That's why gold bases are always best. Like, you have Zerg 5xing your oh my god, triple bunker rush, cure, you massive beast, you monster. Look at that. This is what I woke up for. You know, sometimes you're in bed in the morning, you're not sure if this is going to be the day, and then I looked at the schedule and I thought to myself, Cure versus Dark, we could see a triple bunker rush. And I was like, all right, I'll wake up, I'll brush my teeth, drink a cup of coffee, eat my cereal. If I were to eat cereal. I don't eat cereal, but this is a hypothetical. This is a build. It's just a 2-rex as well. So I think usually 2-gas builds aren't good against that. As in, Dark is going to be capable of breaking out. But Dark also is going to be behind. What the hell? Cure's committing like a madman. He's just going to kill every single queen. He just shot the rocks, by the way. I shot the sheriff. And he also shot the rocks. Five roads on the way. I don't think these roads will be in time, no? This is a dead base. That's a serious investment in defensive units. That's not going to pay off. This is also the oldest trick in the book. They used to do it on the bottom of the ramp. Nothing you could do about that. So we put the unbuildable plates there. I think there's enough Marines right now even. So, what is Dark's plan? Dark wants to counterattack right now with Ravagers. And he wants to, he wants to smack his opponent around a little bit. That's the plan. Absolutely, that's the plan. Is there even an Overlord on the other side of the map? I don't think Dark has an Overlord on the other side of the map. So this plan is dead on arrival. Oh, no, it's there. It's in the main. Okay, that's important, but it's not in a great spot. Factory is over halfway done. So then you can build a Cyclone, or you could build a Tech Lab and then go for a tank. You're also going to see a Starport, most likely. And then once there's a Banshee out, that's the end of the push, right? Look, he's building more Ravagers. You have such high gas income. Right now, Cure has more money, faster command center, and better tech. All that Cure needs to do is not die. If Cure doesn't die, he's in a great spot. That one Ravager is very damaged, by the way. He should run back probably right now. Cancel the bunker? No, he wants to win time. He shouldn't do that. Cure makes better calls than I do. This might be surprising to some. Cure is better too. So what to do in these situations as a Terran player? That is indeed very surprising. Okay, first Cyclone on the way out. There is a Tech Lab already. That means that the Banshee is about half a minute away from finishing now. These Ravagers need to walk for another 15 seconds. And the Cyclone will be on top of the ramp as well as the bunker. This is a hold. This is 100% a hold. Look at this. He's gonna get Cloak as well. Dude, he's gonna blast him alive. He's gonna eat him. And Cure wasn't even hungry when he woke up this morning. He had a massive meal the night before. That's what Cure does, actually. Not people know this. But Cure, he eats 1 meal a day, and he eats it 10 minutes before he goes to bed. He says it's efficient for his body to work at night. Because he isn't working at night. So he says many people, what they do, they eat in the morning, but then your body is working during the day when you're also working. He says double work, double the stress. He eats just before bed, massive meal. He eats 3,500 calories because he also runs for 2 hours every single day to lose all the calories that he needs to get rid of. Eats a massive meal 10 minutes before bed, brushes his teeth real fast, jumps into bed, goes to sleep while his body is working. This is tricking your metabolism. That's what it is. He's a genius. That's how he got so good at StarCraft as well. By using these body tricks. He has many body tricks like that. I could talk for days. About Cure's body tricks. He has many, many tricks. He's a trickster. Just like he just built 3 bunkers on the ramp. That's how he lives life as well. Bunkers on the ramp everywhere. Triple CC. 41 workers and a Banshee out already. 1-1 starting. I mean, unless Cure here, like, absolutely falls asleep at the wheel, which he doesn't, because he's never tired due to this brilliant meal cycle that he uses. He's in a really, really good spot, okay? Because you're going to be up in upgrades. You have a Banshee for safety against roaches, but just single Banshee. No weird double Banshee, cloak, big investment. No. He says, hey, I could invest another 200 gas, pump into those Banshees, get 4 drone kills. But is that really what I want in life? He's like, no. What I want is freaking fast upgrades. And I want my third base to be mining. So right now, supply looks even. It is even. That's not just an illusion. But that supply is, well, it's Ravager. Ugh. Scary unit if you have it. Not if you're playing against it. Upgrades are late. Infrastructure is being added already for Cure. Cure's going to be throwing down a freaking fort base in like, let's say 45 seconds from now. Dark, I'm not even sure if Dark is dreaming about the fort base yet. I can't look into Dark's head. I don't know what he does. I don't know what he's thinking. I'm not sure if I don't think Dark is thinking about a fort base right now. Dark is thinking of the next 10 seconds. It's like, how am I going to survive till the 8-minute mark? And then once he hits the 8-minute mark, he starts looking at 8:10, maybe 8:15 if he's very ambitious. I'm not sure if that's how ambitious Dark is. You see, Cure is walking towards where a fort base would be. No fort base. 1-1 finishing up, combat finishing up. Honestly, if Cure commits to this push, he might just kill his opponent straight up. He's up 2 upgrades, no Glio reconstitution. If he eats every single bile straight on the tank face, he might not win, but it is 5 Ravagers versus 18 Marines with superior upgrades. And there's also 2 tanks in the back. Like, it's just game over, alright? Poof. So 1 tank will fall. Now, now the situation is 2 base versus 3 base. More workers for Cure. He forgot his armory, though, which is actually really bad. Because if you continue upgrading and you're already this far ahead, like, that just kind of, that rolls, you know, that bam, snowballs. Like it avalanches out of control. That's what it does. Yeah. I mean, good snipes there on 1 Ravager, takes out another drone. And this was just the first push. It is not like this is a 2 base all-in. This is a 3 base timing. Like it's not an all-in. There's a fort base behind this. Fort base going down the same time as the Zerg third. If this was in reverse, we would say the Zerg is in an okay spot. But this is not in reverse, okay? So the Zerg is in a terrible spot. He's behind in everything. And you know why that is? It's because Dark ate just before this match. So not only is his brain working, but his body right now is working on, you know, on chewing on that meal. You know, his stomach, intestines contracting. Just can't completely focus here on holding the 3 racks. Cure was their full attention. Nothing else going on. Dark is getting pulled apart over here. That is pretty crazy. Two infestors on the way. I can't believe Dark is still in this game, though. That by itself is a commendable achievement. Like, the game is very over, don't get me wrong, but the fact that he's staying in and he's trying his best, I appreciate that. There's going to be a 2-2 timing push against Roach Infestor while Cure is up 30 supply and 2 upgrades. That's going to be wild to watch. I think he could eat every single fungal. Because there's only 3... actually, maybe he can't eat. Nah, that's too much. I'm sorry, I take that back. I take that last sentence back. He can't eat every single fungal. He could probably eat 2 fungals though. Like, he wouldn't lose if he were to eat every single fungal. He would just lose the fight. But he already has 2 factory. Probably should add the extra barracks as well. Vehicle web's about to finish up. There's also no pressure here on Cure to ever push in. We now have Liberators being added as well. The Planetary is already popping off on the forward base. Look at this. This was an absolutely wild leapfrog. Not having any tanks sieged up. Okay, first fungal hits, second fungal hits. Not great hits, but they were hits. The first one was a good hit, actually. And this was also a fight before 2-2. I'm not entirely sure why we moved partially on creep before our upgrades finished, but I think Cure just doesn't care at this point. He's so certain that he's winning this game, that he's just making moves. He's making plays. You know what you could do? You could scan your opponent's third base and drop mules there to steal some of their minerals. That would actually be a very cool move. These medevacts are really low. They've been eating some biles and some fungals, eh? I'm actually kind of surprised. This is going relatively well right now. For Dark. Like, it's going better than I thought. Like, he's dead, but he's putting up a fight. Yes, here come the biles. He's going to surround this. He actually crushes this army. That was down 2 upgrades. That was down 2 upgrades. He crushes this army. He's up 25 supply. He's moving across the map. Dark. There's 2 tanks. There are 2 tanks total. Nah, there's a 3rd tank here. Okay. Nah. It is impossible. It's impossible. I'm just joking. Like, he's 1-1 upgrade. It's legit not possible. Like, there's a freaking 5th base on the way. You could land a Planetary on his 3rd right now. Oh my god, it's not my turn. Yeah. Quickly had to mute there. Cure's looking at that. It's like, well, I hope I get this far ahead again next game, because that was freaking hard there in the end. And it really was. Not a great look if you're Cure. Gotta make you think a little bit. Hearthstone is a hot dog, a sandwich? Who cares? You can put anything in anything. Like any category. I don't care. If you want the hot dog to be a sandwich, you do that. People that care about this type of stuff, brain damage. I think that's generally true. Hot dog, a sandwich. I don't know. I don't even want to eat hot dogs. Hot dog is probably the worst snack food there is anyway. It just sucks. Like, let's face it. The hot dog itself isn't that tasty. The condiments are meh. They're okay at best. The condiments would be better on anything but the hot dog as well. Hot dog. Also, almost always, whenever you get a hot dog, the bread sucks. Freaking everywhere. And one of you is going to say, you should have a hot dog in Philadelphia. We have the best hot dog cart. If you go to 7th Street on the corner of Kings and 9, it's going to be great. And I'm like, no. It's going to suck. It's going to be worse than everything else. Like, maybe the best hot dog is better than the worst burger. Burgers are so much better than hot dogs. It's not even funny. Hamburger is way more versatile as well as a food. If you don't agree, you're just wrong. Yeah, the standard hot dog is freaking terrible. Like, it's freaking awful. The average hot dog experience is like a 2 out of 10. This is not stars, not 2 out of 5. It's not a Google review. This is 2 out of 10. That's how bad it is. I feel like you're just throwing money away. You like baguette hot dogs? No, you like baguettes. Put anything else on the baguette rather than the hot dog, it's gonna be better. What's your go-to snack? I love burgers, dude. Burgers are so high tier. You can do anything with a burger as well. You could, like, name any food, you can throw it on there. I once went to... Okay, if any of you ever go to... what's it called? The big waterfall on the border between Canada and America. Jesus. The falls. Please help me out here, guys. What the hell? I'm gonna Google it if no one tells me. Niagara Falls. There we go. Niagara Falls. Okay. If any of you ever go to Niagara Falls, go to the American side and find this place called Rock Burger. Okay? These were some of the sickest burgers I've had in my life. The Rock Burger. I went to eat there. I couldn't. This guy put stuff inside of the burgers. I think they were called like stuffed burgers or something like that. I had a freaking burger with Dorito chips inside. There were cheesecake burgers, like things that sounded ridiculous but were freaking tasty. It was so good. He made all of this stuff himself. This guy, he was super passionate about the burger as a concept. Very, very cool. Yeah, Rock Burger. Is it like one guy? No, it sounds nasty. It was good, dude. It was very, very good. I hard recommend that place. Dorito burgers. Just try it, okay? Okay, I thought it sounded ridiculous. It was very good. Oh, Vietnamese banh mi is insane as well. Burger and a hot dog. Ah, piss off. Let's watch the game. It's 3-Rex Reaper here. Cure has come prepared. Look at that. Cheeky little 3-Rex Reaper. The thing is, I often see Dark play against 3-Rex Reaper. I almost never see him get behind against this. Like, I think Dark really kind of has figured it out. But I know I'm saying this right now. He's probably going to lose every queen and then just straight up lose the game to pure Reaper. That's what I'm afraid of. Yeah, so far so good though. That queen is very damaged. Link speed 13 seconds. Hasn't really lost anything yet. Just delayed the third base. But I mean, Cure also delayed his natural. And now what you want to do is you want to be in between the Reapers and the Terran base. So you can pick off any potential reinforcements. That's pretty much the plan. And I think Cure's just going to go back home. This was so worth it for Dark. This was super good. He didn't get to catch anything. He has a lot of links out on the map, so it's going to be safe till the end of time. Isn't the Reaper count way low for 3-Rex? You can continue with more Reapers, but we often see like 8-9 Reapers and then a transition out. It's not necessarily too low. It's a bit low maybe, yeah. It's fine. I think this is very doable. I don't mind this. So the reason why they're so good for Dark is not necessarily because his position right now is also already looking good. But generally, there's like two things you really need to worry about if you're playing against 3-Rex, and that's the initial Reaper timing, and then you have the follow-up stim combat timing. These things, however, are... I'm not sure what the correct term for it is, but they're very... Like, there's no gradual build-up. Like, for example, if you're playing Hellion Banshee, there's just this pressure of a gradual buildup of pressure until the Terran has the most pressure, which is like with 8 Hellions and 2 Banshees. With 3-Rex Reaper, you have this initial like small buildup to the max Reaper count, and then there's just a break where there's no pressure on the Zerg for like maybe 2 minutes or so, or 2.5 minutes, until Stim Combat Shield finishes. Like, this move out is pretty crazy. Dark could have just drone through it. I think he built like maybe 6 or 7 links. I was building way too many links. He wants to catch this army. He could have gone up to 60 workers here. So if you hold the first phase properly against 3-Rex Reaper, then that second phase, you can go to any drone count and you just know your timings. It's like, oh, he stopped building Reapers here. Tech Lab starts and Stim. That's going to be legit 2 minutes, right? Tech Lab is 18 seconds. Stim is 100 seconds. So it's 118 seconds. Yeah, it's almost 2 minutes. So you just know the kind of exact times you can go for it. This is just game. This is absolutely game. He's going to follow it up with a Baneling Nest as well. This is such a solid defense here coming out of Dark. Reaper's coming in, but will also just die. +1 wasn't done yet either. This was a risky move out. So actually what Kjör tried to achieve here was kind of that gradual buildup of pressure, trying to force out units, but he had no safety with that move out. So now he's just dead. This is why I think if the early game with a Reaper build doesn't work out, usually the second part also doesn't work out, and the only thing you can really do is build tanks and sit back. Or you go for like a tank all-in later on, off of like 2 bases, which is kind of what he's doing right now. 3 racks into tank all-in. It's like, meh. Like, Dark can do whatever he wants. He explained to us why the Zergs seem to stay on Roach Ravager armies for such a long time. So in that last game, Mirza, the reason why that happened was because Dark was pretty dead. And the only way to come back into games where you're dead against Terran is try to tech the Hive on like a Roach Infestor composition and then get into Lurker. So you can kind of stabilize the game. You know, you just kind of want to have there be no excitement. And Ravagers are very good at that. They're usually a bad investment because they cost a lot of gas. And once a tank count reaches a certain number, they're not so useful anymore. But they're very good at staying alive, which is what we saw. Like, Dark managed to stay alive, but he was too far behind to do anything with staying alive. And usually if we see Zergs falling behind, they tend to go toward the Ravager route because it's just the easiest to not die with. Like, if you're down 30 supply, you're playing Ling Bane, you're just dead. Like, you just don't have enough units. The other guy stims and you lose everything. But with Ravager Roach, you can micro a bit, you can throw biles, you can stall, you can do things. That's nice. This game looks really, really good for Dark, by the way. 69 workers to 51. Hive is over halfway done. I wonder what his plan is here. I think he's going to crush this army and then maybe even try a counterattack. He doesn't need to, but he probably could. Dark is really good at these types of setups. There's 4 Banelings on the right side. But they're not even going to need to connect. Yeah, clears every tank. That's really all you need to do, I think. Like, not getting all the links sucks, because I think he maybe could have gotten some more, get 1 or 2 better Baneling connections. This was completely fine. Absolutely fine. No third base is mining quite yet. I mean, worker count 53, 68. I wonder if you throw down an Ultra Cavern now, or what the plan is. Good target fire. Good lord, you saw that? That was 4 Banes that went down. That was big. That was really big. I don't think Dark was quite mentally ready for that. For all of his Banes to get sniped. He's gonna lose 5 drones here. Kjör's playing freaking well. He really is. He's playing fast. He's channeling some of that inner Clem energy here. No 5th base yet for Dark. Yeah, goes for the Ultra Cavern, Adrenal Glands. This is where Dark is really good at. Is once the 3rd base lands, he'll start run buying. Liberator probably should set up as that base took quite a bit of damage. And once the Ultra Cavern finishes, doesn't Dark just win? Creep is being denied though at a high pace. Okay, this was a worse fight. But as long as these medevacs aren't being completely forced back home, it's kind of okay. I'm okay with this. Yeah, I'm definitely okay with this. 5th base, very late by the way. No creep there to save it. I'm not gonna lie, Kjör is looking better than Dark in this game. It's so funny because it's pretty much a reverse situation, right? Last game Kjör got very far ahead. This game Dark got quite far ahead. And both times it felt like the person that was behind kind of was making plays, kind of making it happen. Maybe a little bit complacent here out of Dark in a way. And he's still in a good spot, but he hasn't built a drone in like years. I think he's just going for a 2-2 timing attack. I don't think he's building ultras with it. He's building 7 overlords, despite, look at that, 4 overlords on the way. He's at 198 supply capacity. Sloppy. Because he's not very rich at all. Like, if you're doing this on 95 drones, I'm saying, well, that's okay, but he's on 70. And he's just all-inning. Like, his all-in is gonna hit like a truck, don't get me wrong, but... Like, if Kjör holds, he's He's probably just ahead. If Cure doesn't die, he's ahead. That's all I'm gonna say. That's a scary prospect here for Dark. Hey, what's up, Grand Hitman? Wouldn't Mura be a good transition for Dark? Yeah, it wouldn't be a good transition for Dark here. No. You need to get Mura kind of early, kind of build on that. Also, Mura is usually a pretty scary transition to make because it's super expensive. There are not many players that like playing Mura at the moment. But I think at this point it's just too late for Mura. The upgrades are too good. The production is too good as well for Cure. He could have played Mura much earlier, but usually against like three barrack setups, you don't want to do it because often there are 2 base all-ins, and Muras are the worst out of every unit tech choice versus 2 base all-ins. So we usually don't see it against like 2 Rex Reaper or 3 Rex Reaper openers due to that. It's very, very rare. Look at this. $78 workers. So he added a couple. He has like no bank. He needs to. This is such an important fight that's coming in. If we're fighting, that is. But if we're not fighting, I don't understand why Dark cut his worker count so early. So it feels like he's wanting to fight. Maybe he expected like a 3 base all in or something. It is possible technically that that's what he expected. Now, okay, he's actually gonna go. He's gonna commit. 2 mines are in the back, sieging up. This is a good early hold. There's 1 Ultra on the left side that is putting in serious work. Look at that, just absolutely blasting through SCVs and Marines. There is a Marauder count though. As these Banes are not going to connect with the Marines either. That Ultra came in real handy. When I say that, I think Cure holds for now. For now, he holds. Absolutely. 3 more Ultras on the way. Marauder count continues to rise. We have no mines in production. I think that's going to be pretty key. Ultras being transfused as this Marauder is being blasted. Liberators coming in as well. Ultra count continues to grow. 79 workers now for Dark. And the first 3 Ghosts are coming out. If the next push doesn't hit before those Ghosts are out, I'm honestly struggling to see how Dark is going to break his opponent. That was a nice move. Overseer splashing on top of the bio there. Like these incoming 4 Ghosts are going to be nice. There's going to be Liberators as well. We have an orbital on the way. There's a command center that is starting again. So Cure's already dreaming of a 5th base. He has big dreams. I think the mine count is a little low. So is the Bane count. Oh, a couple of mines on the right. Parasitic Bomb hits. 1 Ultra gets taken out. Ooh. There's a gnarly ending there. I'd love for Cure, by the way, to just send a medevac towards the 6 o'clock. If he can cancel or kill that base, that would be nice. There's so little creep there as well. Just a couple of Marines. If you can find the time, if you can find the space. For now, it seems like that's not going to be the case. Those good hits are on the mine. 9 kills on that particular one. I think the other one might have gotten a bit more as well. More and more Liberators coming in. If you're not killing Liberators, that count keeps growing. And once the Liberator count is high enough, life just tends to become very difficult. What happened to all the Vipers? This is a question that the Dark Lobby doesn't want me to answer. So you're not allowed to share too much, negative feedback about Dark. Or they'll come for you. And the Dark Lobby is very strong in my community. You'd be surprised. You'd really be surprised. They're actively paying me to tell you guys that the mines are too strong. How do you make good use of those Liberators versus Zerg? You siege them up, and then the Zerg attacks into them. That's a very good plan, usually. It's a successful 90% of the time. Oh, he's going for a mass link drop here. Massive link drop to the main. Fusion core on the way already. Okay, there's 2 Vipers here. Dark's plan is to cancel this 5th. That's an orbital. That's interesting. That drop's gonna deal damage. I don't think we have turrets in the main base. There's no sensor tower that spots this. The sensor tower at the third base, it doesn't have range over that. It's hitting at the same time. Dark is taking an okay fight here, denying this fifth. But here comes the a true killer move. I think he has Burrow from earlier, so he can even keep some of these links alive. Plan here is to maybe deny some production. There's lots of ghosts nearby though. Good pre-split out of Cure. Oh, well, there's a picture. There you go. How about we just show the link drop rather than looking at this army? Yeah, that makes much more sense. There we go. Well, that did very little. Oh, he can snipe some of these full overlords still, can't he? I think he got one of them there. Super chat. Hey Captain, appreciate you streaming on YouTube. Thank you very much. 997x2. Shout out to you. Liberator sieging up defensively. This fight looks like it might be good for Dark. Ultra's going down though. These Banelings are not gonna get the connections they want quite either. Nidus network on the way. It feels like Dark is kind of doing this though. Yeah. Very nice. I wonder how. I don't quite understand it, but it works. That's the same with most things in life. When I step in a plane, I don't quite understand how it functions either. I know that these jet engines probably do something. I trust the process. It's the same with Dark. You look at it, you go like, yeah. Not sure about this one, Dark, but at the end you see the victory screen with the purple Zerg logo. You're like, yep, we trust the process. It's destroying, man. Played well this game. Really felt kind of scary at some point. Probably not for Dark. Dark looks back at this game, it's perfect. I wasn't down 30 workers after 4 minutes, so this was a good start. I hear Harston Pace's mods in exposure. Exposure to radioactive material. Nah. I do pay them in exposure. Yeah. Get a little sword in front of their name. I do believe that some of the regulars in my Twitch chat though have been exposed to radioactive material in the past. From a very young age. But so far I haven't gotten any confirmation on that yet. Is Maru versus Zero over already? Nah, I've been bamboozled. And I bamboozled you in the process. I wonder if this game is as over as I thought it was. I feel like this is kind of the beauty of Terran versus Zerg. Is that Terran versus Zerg is like water. You know, it ebbs and it flows. It goes back and forward. But the water always wins. In this case, the water is the viewer. There's a good attack again. Nah, Dark is complete map control. The supplies look close, but the ghost army isn't there. Like, this is a cheap army. Cheap crap. Dropship, probably. Put a brand on it, but these aren't ghosts. These are Marines and Marauders. The budget version of the Ghost. The Ghost is pretty much a Marine and Marauder and then a 6 spellcaster all at once. It fulfills all of these roles perfectly. That was a Manor Nidus, by the way. That was nothing but a Manor Nidus. He's basically telling him to get out right now with that Nidus. That Nidus is a middle finger. If Dark was sitting next to Cure right now, he'd be flipping him off. He'd be flipping him the bird. Like, he just built a Nidus. Like, inside of the Terran army. And he knew that wasn't gonna finish. This is a not so subtle way to tell your opponent that the game has ended. In case he wasn't aware yet. The Dark Slender, who never? Okay, then explain to me what that Nidus was. Interesting positioning. I actually really like that all these bases are orbitals. Too often do we see bases die because they're planetaries. I mean, this one also dies because he was slow at lifting. Doesn't spend enough time at the gym. Oh. Push back. Yeah. Dark actually has relatively low gas. It's probably also because he just built 4 Vipers. The Liberator count is good. 111 supply against 118. You know how you could actually win this as a Terran player? Is by not building any workers anymore and then maxing out on Marine Marauder, Liberator, Mine. That's actually viable against this army because there's no lurkers in here. But then you really need to max out. I don't think you can fight with this army like the entire time. Like you can't lose units and then have to rebuild them because Dark just has more cash in the bank. So it doesn't work like that. Isn't it good to make a Nidus in the south and north corner so that you can instantly move your army over the map? The thing is that if you're playing Ling Bane styles, is that it takes very long to transfer over, and those units are also very fast by themselves. So it's probably just quicker to move. But if you're using things like lurkers and maybe even ultras, yeah, definitely, because the rate of units popping out of a Nidus is the same. Like the size doesn't matter so much. You know? GG is gonna get called. Yep. Dark wins game number 2. Ties up the series. Good series so far. What the heck? It's one of the better series we've had in this tournament. Sometimes I feel like tournaments, they have really good names, and then all the series just kind of disappoint. This was a good series. This still is a good series. It is a fantastic series. The best. I do like that. Harstem is an honorary Yank. Are Yanks people from New York, right? The New York Yankees. Were they called Yanks before the New York Yankees existed? Or do Yanks come from the baseball team, the New York Yankees? It's an interesting question. I bet I could Google it, but I'll let you guys answer. If Nidus could move air unit, do you think Broodlords would be better late game? Yeah. That would be very good. You could hide your Overlords in the Nidus, though. That would be pretty broken. Imagine you're going Overlord hunting. They're all just sitting in the Nidus, providing supply. That sounds pretty broken. I don't like the thought of that at all. Yanks are all Americans? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought the Yanks were Yankees. Like New York people. Well, you live, you learn, I guess. Yeah, I didn't know that at all. Well, you live, you learn, I guess. Let's see if I can get... Oh my god, he's cheesing again, isn't he? Little prick. I mean, makes sense in a way. Like, think of the logic, right? Game 1, he cheeses, he wins. Game 2, plays macro. Actually, he also cheesed. But he played 3-Rex Reaper. Inferior build. He's gonna play 3-Rex Marine here. He could also play 4-Rex. What if he plays 4-Rex? No one ever plays 4-Rex. That would be so cool. And you just sit there and wait. So he mined his own minerals. Now he's gonna mine his opponent's minerals. And then he's gonna walk in. Surprise. Ta-da! And you know, this is kind of a mind game as well. Because in the first game, Dark responded with Roach Ravager. What? Why would he mine the minerals? What was the point of that? Cure Seas is like, what the hell? The patch is gone? What? This is like trying to pick the lock. And then realizing there's no lock. And you just open the door. What the hell? This is... It's all gonna be about the drone micro and the marine micro, but usually against 3-Rex, pulling the workers is the incorrect call, because you shouldn't be capable of winning these fights. 6 workers already going down, the bunker's going up at the same time as well. This is over. Dark is dead. 13 workers to 16. Actually, bunker now being attacked. SCV's not in position. This is a 3-Rex, so he needs to deal damage. Okay, we're gonna get some repair in the bunker. Put the SCV in, put the SCV in. Gets the SCV inside. Pisses off again. I think he's gonna pull the boys. I think he should pull the boys now. I can't believe Dark managed to defend this. Even just kind of remotely defended it. Kinda, like this is almost a defense. Like he's killing stuff. He's getting a spine very far forward, by the way. That is risky. That is very risky. 2 queens are out. Should be capable of pushing this back. At least for a little. Takes out 1 marine. That 1 queen is real low. Don't go off creep, please. Come on. I'm kind of cheering for Dark here, honestly. 2 links now attacking these depots. Dark is also just adding drones in. He has no clue in how much danger he is. He sees like the red laser dot on his chest. He's like, oh, what is that? That looks mighty interesting. I guess these 2 links do provide a fair warning in case the opponent pulls SCVs. This is one of the sickest holds I've seen in my life. Because this is theoretically not correct. Like nothing. He had a 20 hatch, which is garbage against this, from my knowledge. I guess the nice thing is that he was gasless, because he was planning on playing gasless. So I think that is actually an advantage, right? You have a bit more cash. Because otherwise, if you're mining gas already, you lose a drone into an extractor. That sucks. So the fact that he was trying to play gasless, that really helped him. But that was... I really thought that was 100% game over. I would have lost that game as the Zerg. Is all I'll say. I can't believe he mined the minerals and then didn't check there. I still wonder what the purpose was. I feel like sometimes Dark just does things because he's bored. This is like Usain Bolt giving the finger guns to the camera on the side when he's winning, you know? Like if you're so good at something, you can literally do whatever. You don't have to optimize anymore. People are always like, yeah, in sports, the 1%, you know, the 1% performance increases are the most important. You add many 1% on top. Meanwhile, Dark is like playing without hands, like touching the mouse with his nose, like spitting on the keys with a lot of power. Press the drone button. If you're as good as he is, it just doesn't matter. Optimizing is for people that aren't good at the game. Dark doesn't even really have build orders either. He just does what feels right. What the hell is he doing? He's adding a 4... Okay, he's going 4 barracks? With a factory. This is also not a build order. We're just doing stuff now. I don't think Cure has practiced the follow-up, because he usually just wins. Second reactor coming in. I have no clue what this guy's plan is. He's gonna hit with 4 barracks marine production with just stim. Surely it's worth it to build a tech lab on that other barracks to get combat out, no? I'm not a professional Terran player, but it seems like 10 health on all of your marines would be a worthwhile investment. Two eBays coming up. Hey, is he playing a macro game? Because he doesn't have a third base. Maybe he doesn't know he... Wait, or does he have a third base? Maybe I missed a third base. Oh, there's a third already. How did I miss that? That's my bad. Oh, there's a triple. Oh, then we're okay. Oh, okay. I thought he was 2-baseling. My bad. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's my bad. I feel like I saw this as well earlier, because all of a sudden it popped on my head. There's a third base. Oh, then this is kind of normal. You don't want to get a second tech lab in that case. No. He's playing fine. It is me who's the idiot. It's me. I I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. What do we have over here? This is a nice angle as well. But these guys, they don't have medevacs with them. There are no medevacs. Now there are. I wonder if this surprise attack will work. Just stim in. Just go. I don't think you should scan when you do this type of move. If you're gonna take a dumb risk, commit to it all the way. You know? Pow! Just run in. Pray your opponent isn't ready. I think that's the correct play. A lot of the time, I think the correct play is to just pretend like there are no consequences. I think that's very good. Both in StarCraft and in real life. Just kind of do... You live life by the gut, you know? Puff. If the gut tells you that you can, you know, cross the road before that car is about to hit you... No brakes, baby. Oh! What is the matter effect there with 8 Marines? If he was more decisive, that wouldn't have happened. Kier's still in a good spot, though. So it seems like the early game... Sometimes it looks fine. Sometimes it looks fine for the Zerg player. But then you get into a mid game and all of a sudden they're down 20 supply. And there's something happening there. I don't quite understand it. I think you need a lot of experience with these builds to kind of... to understand how that works. I just don't really get how that works. I know that Kier killed a lot of workers early on. But then at the same time, I'm like, oh, Dark survived and his worker count looks fine. Then again, I didn't realize that Kier had a third base, so maybe I'm not at my sharpest today. Dark also is floating a nice amount of money here. I actually think he's fine. He's in an okay spot. Like, if he gets to spend his cash at any point... That's only like 6 Marines. Well, he first loses the medevac with 8 Marines, then he loses the next... Six Marines for free. You put these two numbers together, you lose a medevac and 14 Marines. That is big. Like, it's not even so much about losing the units, as in the money cost, but the fact that you're not on the map anymore with many units. Because one of the reasons why Terran is so good is because they're on the map on 2 sides all the time. So you're pressuring 2 sides. The moment that isn't the case, Zerg has a lot of freedom to spread creep, to build drones, to even go for attacks. The reason why Zergs have such difficulty attacking is because they're always drop on the maps. And they're closer to your base than the Zerg is to the Terran base. So the moment the Zerg attacks, they've lost 2 hatcheries already. All the Terran needs to do is lift the 3rd base, hide behind the depot wall. They'll be good for a bit. Like, it's the same that kind of happens in TVP. If you want to move out as a Protoss player, you first have to clear all the side areas to make sure there's nothing there. Otherwise, the drop runs in, you find yourself in a base trade, and the other guy has Widow Mines and Liberators, and you don't, so you lose. So, like, losing these drops, losing medevacs, losing Marines, losing map presence on one side is extremely big. Even if the actual money cost is not necessarily the end of the world, the fact that you're losing presence is really freaking, like, that's huge. Like, you can meet down 15, 20 supply. If you have map presence, you're not gonna die. Like, you can survive and you can max out. +2 is about to finish up as well for Cure. I don't think he wants to commit to any fights before that finishes. So he's just setting up. You really should wait. Yeah, okay. Moves far off creep. Has lots of mines in the back as well, so he can kite back all the way to his own forward base. These mines could hit. Dark pulling forward. Ooh. Good dodges there. Very solid control out of Dark. I think Dark is gonna send it now. This is a typical Dark move. Dark pushes you back, he's attacking. A lot of the time. He's gonna morph maybe some Banes? No, he's not. He's just gonna go. He's gonna freaking go. Mines aren't burrowed. Tank in the back is gonna help out. Let's see how this is going to work. Mines not connecting. Tank shoot and will fall. But the Baneling count has ran out. But that means that Dark will also run well, out of steam for this push and piss back off for a little bit. I hear Protoss scope forgetting about teleport. Yes, but if you're teleporting, you're not attacking. I said if you want to attack, you need to clear the sides. Like, you can't attack lose 2 bases before you reach the other guys. Like, yes, if you're out of position, you can teleport, but you can't attack. Like, if you teleport, you're home. You're not attacking. The thing against Terran is that you often lose a base trade if they're on the map because they start the base trade quicker. Like, they'll take out 2 bases by the time you arrive at their 4th. And then they also have planetaries, which are difficult to kill, and they're costly to kill. Repair keeps bases alive. I don't think Terran has, like, insane units, although Mines and Lips are also good in base trade, because they're kind of static defensive. But yeah, the main reason why Terran is very good at base trades is because they just start faster. Like, I'm also very quick at the track. Like, I could probably beat Bolt if I get to start 10 seconds before he does. I think I could. I think I finish 100 meters in 20 seconds. I don't think that's particularly quick. I think I could do that. And it's the same thing with Terrans. Like, Terrans aren't necessarily good at base trade, and they just start earlier, you know? They're the guys that wake up at 6 a.m. every day. When it comes to base trades. They're grinding at the base trades. 3-3 is close to finishing up for at least Cure. I think Dark had a bit of a lull in his upgrades there. Oop. Picks up, loses 1 medevac, loses an army here on the top side as well. That wasn't quite great. Maxi Pax isn't today? No, he isn't? I thought Max Pax was today. Yeah, we're gonna see after this game. No worries. If I've been bamboozled with Max Paxes, I'll be sad. Nice tomorrow. Yeah, Wikipedia tricked me today. They messed me up. I'll change that for this game. My bad. The schedule was all messed up on Wikipedia. I follow Wikipedia religiously. The header for the matches tomorrow is just not set. Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of like a typo. But different. This is actually turning into a real game. There's a run-by at the 3rd base. These run-bys are so scary to commit to as Zerg. Because sometimes, like, this happens. And all the units stay alive with, like, kind of low yellow, high red HP. Like, orangey HP. And it's like, ooh, that wasn't great. Now the Knight is Lurker then on the way. 77 workers only for Dark. He's playing a very active style on the map on a low drone count. Never quite know what to think of those lower drone count styles. Like, if you compare this to like a Reynor. Reynor's like 95, 103 workers or something like that. Good morning from Chicago. Minus 14 degrees Fahrenheit here. Ooh, I do definitely know what that means. Brrr. Very cold, probably. Minus 4, I think that's even lower than Celsius, no? I don't actually know what Fahrenheit means, I lied. Minus 41 degrees Celsius here, piss off. You're just making stuff up at this point. You can't just do lower numbers than the rest. You're not a one-upper, you're a one-downer. Like, it's so much worse for you everywhere. Oh, you're depressed? I'm super depressed. My shrink has seen it, told me he's never seen someone as depressed as me. So, that sounds awful. After having this conversation with you, I also feel a lot worse. Minus 42 Kelvin. That's not even possible, is it, Chief? Okay, he's gonna be moving in forward. Gotta take out a couple of Hydras here. Also lose a lot of Marines. I don't know what these traits are. I feel like he has a low ghost count, no? I feel like this was an issue in the last game as well. Look, he's like a 5 ghosts total or something. Why is that? Why are we still building Marines at this point? That makes no sense. It's not like we're lacking gas either. we should get rid of these Marines. Marines do not actually give anything in the late game. Like, would you rather have 2 Marines or would you rather have 1 Ghost? Always the Ghost, like 100% of the time. Ghost is just better. It's better at everything. It has snipe, more HP, more damage. It's just really sick to have. And it's not like he's lacking cash, so it's just supply inefficient. That's why these fights aren't looking as hot as they should be. Is he has way too many Marines for no reason. He's still just gonna hold fine because the Liberator count is good. I think if there were 10 Ghosts instead of 20 Marines there, he eats him. Like, absolutely eats him, yeah? Like, we're not even talking about this game anymore. Like, Dark is already back in the lobby. He's preparing for his next match in the lower bracket. That's what's happening. Dark has pretty decent eco, by the way, and Cure doesn't. I want to know how many orbitals he has. I can't see it properly on the minimap. I think the number is probably somewhere around 5. It doesn't seem very high. I think they're like 5 or 6. So, 67 workers is enough. Look how many mules he threw down. He's mining 4k a minute right now. Another knight is going up in the main base, 184 supply to 173. One thing we should keep an eye on is that left side base that Dark has taken is probably mining out on the gas already. And I want to know what happens. I want to know if Dark is going to try and take the rich Vespine base. Yeah, Cure wanted to know as well. Cure just scanned that. I think he needs to build like a depot there or something. And I think Dark actually should try and take it. Dark is trying to transition into Brute Lords. I think that's too late. I don't think it's viable anymore. Double Vipers being shot down out of the sky here. Liberators moving in forward. This is still a very low Ghost army. It is Marine, Marauder, Liberator, Mine. Knight is going down on the left side. This base is toast right now. Liberators are showing up. This base on the on Dark side of the map is also toasty. Ooh. Ghost, though, might help out. Nidus finishes up. Liberators get taken out as a sensor tower gets blasted as well. This base is super important. And it's not because this base is insanely good. But the moment you lose this base, Dark can take the rich Vespine Geyser base. See? So he killed that base and instantly builds a hatchery there. And to me, that makes a lot of sense. Because if your opponent doesn't have that base, they don't really have a kind of a launching platform to attack that rich Vespine Geyser base on. And that base is often vital on this map. It's the only base that truly matters. Because it's the only base that the Zerg can realistically take away from the Terran. So if Dark isn't capable of doing that, he's in trouble. Because he's been trading significantly worse. We see right now the bottom right side, 24k units lost or resources lost against, I think it was 33k. I already forgot about it. Changelings being targeted, Downspore moving in position as well. Dark wants to just continuously blast this base here on the left side, while also getting his own base on the right most likely. Lurker Knight is going up in between 2 bases. I wonder if he's going to do anything with that, as the Hydra count isn't high enough to clear the command center. Perhaps though with Lynx. Lynx dealt a lot of damage. There was no lift there. Lurkers now popping out. There is a planetary here. Is this enough Lurkers to just straight up walk in and kill it? I mean, if there's no turret, maybe the answer is yes. There are a bunch of Marauders now moving over towards that right side. As once again, Dark pushes in forward. Liberators facing the wrong direction, my dear friends. That is not good. There is a picture-in-picture, but it's hidden behind me. Oh. I made it disappear. I could become a magician in another lifetime. What killed 10 drones? I want to say that was a Liberator, but we didn't actually see it. Cure has been sending out Liberators just around the map every now and again. Banks are relatively even. It's so important for Dark to start mining that gas on the left side base. He's not doing it yet. That's the only thing you can take away from the Terran. Like, mining away all the minerals is unrealistic. But that gas, it's a rich Vespine Geyser. It mines twice as quick. So if you start working on that, that's crazy. Zerg so overpowered, insane. True. True and goated comment as well. You're right. Why were these Liberators facing the wrong way? Again, they're just facing in a weird... Like, they could just be attacked from the side. They should be trying to cover ramps, I think, not trying to cover dead space and depot walls. Good against melee units, but the main issue there were the Hydras. Good push in forward, coming out of Cure. Not a very important base mining-wise, but maybe an important base positionally. Seems scary right now for Dark to take the bottom right as well. Every time you clear a little bit of creep, that becomes harder. Pure has set up this base once more. The funny thing is that Dark is fully focusing on that left side of the map right now. And I think that's the correct call. I think Cure is too eager to hold on to that right side base for the moment. I think he has too many resources dedicated to that. He also... yeah, he's just getting blasted right now. Pure Hydra Lingbane Viper is actually putting in serious work. Look at the Hydra count as well. That command center is going to be toasty, no? I think you get to kill that. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, the ghost! Come on, what are we doing there? Dark just outplaying his opponent. A significant amount. 5-6 goes there, just fell. Liberator's too far forward, not sieging up, he's not leapfrogging, he's just running in and hoping his opponent isn't paying attention. That is a silly way to go about it. Viper comes in, Parasitic Bomb, no, not yet, yes. One lib goes down, that Viper gets, well, barely doesn't get sniped. Knight is going up in the main base, there are lurkers on the inside. These Marines will need to try and clear, not so sure if that's going to be possible. Liberators, oh no. New Knight goes up as these Marines will get taken out. And this is trouble. There are units absolutely everywhere here that belong to Dark. In every one of Cure's bases right now that are important. Cure is out of cash. His production has been compromised. These were some really, really nice moves out of Dark. Good rotations. It looked awful for him for a little bit, but he's gonna take it. I'm not sure if I'd call this a throw out of Cure, though. You say Cure with a throw? I don't think that's true. I think Cure played well. I think Dark just played better. It's not like Cure was in an unlosable position at any point. His army always consisted of high numbers of Marines and Marauders, which just doesn't pack the same punch as big Ghost armies. Like, not all armies are equal. You have many Ghosts and many Liberators, many Mines. That's very good. But almost the entire time we've been watching just Marine Marauder supplemented with Ghost. That is a very different type of army composition than 25 Ghost. Like, the traits you're taking. Look at the traits. 38k loss to 45. I think Dark has been trading better in the past 4 minutes. That never happens in this matchup if we have significant numbers of ghosts. I also think that Cure many times was caught off position with those Liberators, but I would never call this a throw. Like, never in a million years. This was not a throw. Dark was in a worse spot than Cure, but I think Cure just got outplayed a little bit. Throw, I think, usually is like very actively mismanaging everything. Like walking into lurkers, walking into Banes. I'm not sure if I'd call it. Nah, I wouldn't call this a throw. That's unfair. That's not unfair. I think it's not true. Usually a throw also is like a single move. Or like one or two very bad moves. But this has just been like small wins the entire time for Dark. Like 7, 8, 9, 10 small wins for Dark. Or like medium-sized wins. You know, just really good movement, very good rotations. Just being quicker. He threw his ghost. Yeah, that was, I think, a medium-sized error. But he only lost 5. It's not like... We've seen Terrans get their 21 ghosts fungled at the same time and be fine. So losing 5 ghosts is not necessarily the end of the world. Top left side base has been taken out, by the way. And this game also isn't over yet, don't forget. Although, yeah, I think it's just too many Marauders, too many Marines. It's my professional opinion. I would message Clem, but I think Clem needs to play today, so I don't want to bother him. Actually, I do kind of want to bother him. I'll message him after this game. He loves answering my questions. He told me once. Harston? He calls me Harston, not Kevin. Harston? There's nothing I love more than a question that a 3-year-old could answer after playing StarCraft for 2 days. Said Clem. It's my pleasure. I'll keep sending him your way. Said, that's exactly what I wanted. We have a deeper understanding. Not enough time / money to get ghosts out? No, I don't think that was the case here. Ooh, that's big. That's Vipers. You saw... Dark responded. Dark, he reacted. His face. Oh, not quite like this, but more subtle. More subtle. He was not happy with that. That was 800 gas he just lost in like 3 seconds. Like, poof. Oh, no. And he could see the money disappear in front of his eyes. He's still in a fine spot though, has a good bank. Once again is taking that top side base, is mining from the bottom side as well. Liberator count is healthy for our good friend Cure. This honestly is probably a good trade. Losing some SCVs, he killed so many freaking links. I think this was actually a pretty okay trade here for Cure. Probably wants to set it up again. And losing the lib sucks, but money-wise that was good. That was not a cancel. These Hydras are dying. Uncharacteristic mistake there coming out of Dark. You must have messed something up with the control groups. Like units moving, like that were supposed to be on the left side, trying to move towards the right in like a direct line through a planetary. That's far from ideal. Will Hearthstone play in the Open Cup? I don't think there's going to be an Open Cup today, but I could be wrong. At least not on Europe. Ooh, base is being sniped here. This base is unimportant for Dark. Largely unimportant. This base is very important for Cure. Good trade for Dark. I give that trade 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. Cure is running dry here on cash. You see that? 1200 minerals. Bottom side base, very important for Dark. If this base gets taken out, that would be huge. This would actually be huge. I think it's gonna get taken out. It's not enough medevacs with this army though. They're completely out of energy. Ooh, okay. This is a good trade for Dark anyway. Can he parasitic bomb that? Can he abduct it? Planetary is gonna get taken out. This feels like a mistake, but maybe this time it was on purpose. I think Cure is slowly but surely falling apart. He has no mining left. He's on 4 bases right now. Yeah. Dark. Wow. What a freaking game this was. This series has been very, very good. This is definitely my favorite series so far of this tournament. Freaking nice, man. Some good cheeses. Some nice late games. Some cheeses into late games. Some cheeses into cheeses. This is what I want in life. A good variety of builds. A slightly different style out of Cure. I really want to ask Clem. I kind of want to ask him now because he's up next. And if I message him and he's already in game and then he loses to Oliveira and he sees my name pop up with a stupid question, there's no shot I'm getting an answer before the end of the week. Like, there's no shot I'm getting an answer before the end of the week. But I also don't want to pause this game. You know? I want to be there as it happens live. The night is finished up again. Look how how dry Dark is as well. He has like no cash. And Cure is actually mining quite a bit. Dark is not really mining from that top side. Dark is going to take this right side base though. And this right side base is relatively fresh. There's going to be quite some gas in there. Cure has no gas. Only minerals. He can take the refineries though on the 12 o'clock. Should be possible. So it's going to be like what? Pure Marine? I mean, Pure Marine has potential, but there's Burrowed Infestors as well. Ooh. Viper's trying to move in again. Gonna parasitic bomb a couple of times. Ghost moving forward. This fight was good for Cure. Base stays alive. Liberators stay alive. Marine counts continuing to grow. Okay. Dark at the same time though, expanding towards that bottom right. That base is an issue. That base is a problem. Mines pushing in forward. See if they can get any big hits. The answer there is no. No big hits. No fat hits. Just medium-sized hits all around. Here we go, another fight. Just no units on the ground, huh? Where's the Marines? Out of position, that's where they were. Yeah, we have a couple of infestors floating around as well. We're gonna get a big fungal on top of this army. A second big fungal on top of this army. We have freaking 8 Vipers? 7 Vipers. 8 Vipers. That's 8 Vipers. That's too many Vipers. That's a lot of supply in Vipers. That might be too much supply in Vipers. Cure needs to go now. He needs to... This is it. It's now or never. Because he ain't gonna live forever. He needs to live while he's alive. Is that the next line? I think so. It's my life. He's floating over an orbital. He just needs to freaking go. He actually needs to go. If he doesn't go now, he's dead. Go, 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 go. Come on, buddy. Ah, he's too slow. He's taking his sweet time. They're knocking on the door, buddy. They're about to arrest you. Enjoy your last seconds of freedom. Well, you can. He's nah, this is too slow. His pace is completely incorrect for the situation that he's in. I think he misunderstands. I think he doesn't know that Dark is mining the right side. He doesn't know about the 4 o'clock base. But he shoot. I mean, there's freaking lurkers killing a planetary at the 3 o'clock. What are these lurkers doing there in the first place? Why were they never in the fight? It's because they were defending a base. That's the answer. 9 Vipers. That's a very high Viper count. He literally put out freaking 5 parasitic bombs there, which is kind of crazy. Killed 3 lips. GG. Wow. What a sick game. What a good game. What a good series. I'm gonna leave Clem alone, by the way. I've decided. That's the plan for now. What a very, very nice game. All right. Let me change the title. I gotta remove max packs. So we have Byun and Reynor. That's actually better bait anyway. Reynor, Byun. I can remove Cure and Dark. I can remove Hero and Classic. Saved. Okay. You think Reynor might take it? Is your bottle filled with rum? No, my bottle is filled with water. I'm a big water drinker. Although I've been drinking a little bit less water lately. I noticed it as well. You know, there was a couple of months back, all of a sudden, I was waking up in the middle of the night because I had to pee. And then I Googled it, and the answer was basically, you're probably getting old. This is what old people have. They have to wake up in the middle of the night to pee. I was like, no, it's the rest of my life. I was waking up like freaking 4 a.m. It's like, oh, I really need to pee. I bet I can sleep through it. Yeah, I couldn't sleep through it. I wake up at 5 again. I have to pee again. It's awful. You always had that? It's terrible. It's gone away now, but I'm deadly afraid that it's going to come back at some point. Like, what is this? I'm not even 30 yet. I'm 29. I felt like one of those guys that turns bald at like 14. You know, start like growing facial hair. It's like everything on the top of the head is gone. It's like, what? This is not how it's supposed to work. I never read this in those books about puberty. What the hell? That was supposed to grow hair in places. Not this crap. I take late night peeing over sleep paralysis. Yeah. I also take late night peeing over being stabbed in the back. I wasn't comparing it with something else. I was just saying it's annoying. What? Of course you take late night peeing over that. That's an awful sleep paralysis. See, we could make infinite comparisons like that. Harstem, can you answer my question? How can we be 100% sure that MaxPax is not cheating? Oh, we can't. But we can't be sure on anyone not cheating in online competition. Online competition is vulnerable to cheating, always, yeah. I don't think MaxPax has a special position there just because he doesn't play offline events. I think the reason why I don't think MaxPax is cheating is that because majority of his losses in PvP come from lack of information. Like, if he were cheating, that's not where he would get his losses from. It would be from mechanical mistakes. But he often gets back through mechanical things. Like, the way that MaxPax plays PvP is very based on having knowledge of what the opponent does. And sometimes he doesn't get that knowledge and straight up dies. It happens in tournaments, it happens on ladder. So that's the reason why I don't think MaxPax is cheating. The reason why I don't think MaxPax is cheating is because he doesn't strike me as a cheater from his gameplay. Like, if you compare my gameplay to MaxPax's gameplay, you'd find more instances of suspicious play in my gameplay, despite me not being a map hacker, allegedly. So, because I take a lot of risk, and I take a lot of dumb risk. So sometimes it pays off, and it looks like I'm cheating. I make dumb moves all the time. It looks like I'm cheating. Most of MaxPax's moves can be kind of figured out by following the logic that he uses in most games. He's very consistent because he's much more of an iterative, can you say that? Iterative player. Like he iterates on the same build and the same like kind of decision tree again and again. So he asks himself questions, and then based on the answer, he goes down like some weird branch, you know? And he'll be very consistent in following that branch every single time. If the answer is yes, he'll go down that right side branch every single time. If the answer is no, he'll always go to that left side. Well, with me, I feel decisions a lot more in the gut, you know? I look at a situation, I sniff, I look outside, what's the weather like? I'm like, okay, Nexus first. That's what we're doing today, baby. That's how we're rolling. I'm being proxy. Do I get a zealot? Yeah, maybe. Do I have the money for it? Nah, it's too late. Straight stalker. Double battery? Single? I don't know. Do we pull the probes? Maybe we should. You know, it's different. Artem knows MaxPax is not a cheater because he has a lot of experience in that field and does not see the signs. Very nice. It's a decent meme. We're waiting for the next match to start, by the way. It's going to take a couple of seconds. Let me see if there's any shout-outs I need to do. Speed Ghost with the 42-month resub saying, keep up the amazing work, Cap. Thank you very much, Speed Ghost. I appreciate that. Amber Drake subscribed for 74 months straight. Much appreciated as well. Thanks, guys. If you're watching on YouTube and you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can subscribe for free on my Twitch. Now, if you want to continue watching on YouTube, that doesn't do anything for you, but it does help me out a lot. I think it gives me like $3 or something. That's free money. So I just link my stream in the chat. So if you have any Amazon Prime, you can link it with your Twitch account and do that. That'd be greatly appreciated. Because it's it doesn't cost you anything, and it does benefit. All right. Let's get going. I think we're ready. Do you feel a noticeable decline in your popularity after your lack of manners? The lack of GG? I have noticed it, yeah. Fell off a freaking cliff. Who are the most fun players to watch? I like almost every single game that Clem plays in. I think the two that provide very fun games often are MaxPax and Clem, but sometimes it's really one-sided, so it's not as fun. I think very often it's really, really good. I think almost all Clem series are good. Like the single player that I think is the most interesting to watch is 100% Clem. I mean, from the high level ones. I think there are some guys on a slightly lower level that I think Bly series are just really fun, but you can't watch too many Bly games because Bly is fun because it's so unique, but you realize that what he's doing is not unique for him. You know what I mean? So if you watch Bly or Mio Maika play like 20 times, it is the same little gimmicks that they're using. And then like 3 months from now, they'll have new gimmicks, or they'll add a new gimmick into the rotation, or they'll bring an old gimmick back. So, but it's really fun to have these guys just, you just watch 1 or 2 games like every 3 months. I think that's really fun. But on a consistent basis, Clem. Like, Clem 100%. Like, it's not even going to be close. Like, he's aggressive. He's fun. He has good micro. He can cheese. He can do anything. He's a very complete player, but he always has the tendency to be a little bit too aggressive, which makes for fun games. You saw Reddit thread unironically suggesting MaxPax is somehow using an AI. I think people have done that before for like splits and stuff. I think it's just very bad at high level play. Unless you could set it up to just deal with mine drops. It's also too obvious, those types of hacks, because there's so many replays available of MaxPax. So you just see that he does things that aren't possible, like selecting 7 probes, like split hacks and things like that. It's just not good to have because you just get caught so easily. Like the only viable hack at high level would be map hack, and you'd need to be extremely intelligent about it. Like still dying to things every now and again, like because you can't always make the correct read. You know what I mean? It's just not possible. Yeah, AI would excel at micro, 100%. And all of these micro tricks would just be so easily observable because AI control looks different from human control. Very different. I've seen the most comebacks from Clem, and it makes for exciting games for me. Yeah, Clem is just fun to watch, man. What can I say? Why are there so few collabs between StarCraft YouTubers, Uthermal plus you in some series? I think I do quite a few collabs. I do the rank roulette with other people, the Who Wants to Be a Grandmaster. I collab with Reynor and Lambo on a frequent basis. Like I feel like I try my best. I think it's fun as well to do content with other people often. Not mentioning Sal. I do a lot of stuff with Sal as well. But that's on his channel. So maybe people will be aware. Shout out to Sal. Alright. What do we have over here? We have a natural command center for both players. This was a Reaper first opener coming out of Clem. Often indicating some type of aggression. Reactor Reaper. Because you're going to get a high Reaper count. It just makes sense. I wonder if he's going to get a medevac here. We've seen this type of play in the past. You know what's one thing that I think? You know what's one thing that I often think of actually? Is that Cyclones, in a way, make people feel overly safe at times. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, Terrans were really afraid of dying, in TVT specifically. But nowadays, they're not so afraid anymore, and I feel like, you know, they're getting a little bit too greedy at times. And I think that is what Clem is fighting against. He's like, wait, like this is still a build that you need to take into account, you know? Are 2 Cyclones going to be good enough to deal with it? I'm not even sure. Cyclones have pretty low HP. One almost gets sniped there. Second one, fairly low as well. Now, Cyclone 3 and 4 pop out, and that's going to be the end of this push. But that's 5 worker kills. We have a Viking. We have a tank coming in as well. And these 3 Hellions are still around too. So these Hellions maybe could just kind of run around, have a blast. Is that possible? See if they can snipe some workers on the other side. Doesn't get spotted there by the medevac. 2 Cyclones in a medevac and 2 Cyclones on the ground. Ah, this is bad. This is real bad here. Because he's going to walk into this shot. And that means he's going to lose 1 Cyclone instantly for free. Optimal there would have been to drop 2 in the main base and then wait with 2 near the natural to see if you can go in. Hellions moving in at the same time. Going to get 3-4 worker kills here. As 2 more Cyclones do end up popping for Oliveira. It's probably the best that you could have gotten here with those cars. As the Viking will get the kill and Viking dies. The Cyclone still moving back. Will get cleared as well. 35 workers to 32. Tank count going to be higher for Clem. Raven count is going to be higher for Oliveira. As he, is that true? He already has one, right? Yeah. Oh, Clem also has one. Okay, so Raven count even. Tank count higher for Clem. Worker count higher for Clem. I'm feeling good about this for our European Terran player, honestly. little bit more cash in the bank as well. Because he hasn't been investing as much into those Cyclones. Cyclones are very good. But once you get 3 tanks, and there are not enough interference matrices to deal with it, I often feel like the Cyclone falls off a freaking cliff. And a lot of the supply here for Oliveira is in those Cyclones. And you need to get something done with them. We saw yesterday, for the people who were watching, we saw Clem actually struggling with that issue against Maru on this exact same map. Maru opened up with a 1 gas expand and just instant transitioned into tanks. And then at some point, Clem was like, well, I have a lot of like 6 Cyclones in the middle of the map, and he couldn't do anything with them. Couldn't do nothing with them. Wait, Clem is red? Why? Oh my god. Well, that is embarrassing. But I've done a lot of embarrassing things in my time. So this doesn't even make the top 20. I'm okay with this. Tonight I'm gonna sleep like a baby. You know, some people, they twist and turn in their bed after they did something embarrassing. This barely registers, okay? You know how you know that I don't care? It's because I'm still talking about it. That's how little I care. And how non-embarrassed I am. That was stupid. I don't even have an excuse. Usually they swap them around, then I get confused. This time, Clem is on the bottom of the map. He's on the bottom of the screen. I don't entirely... Maybe because the cam of Clem is on the right side. Something in my brain told me what happened. I don't know. I can't help it. Well, in that case, I like Oliveira's position. Although Clem is up in supply, is up in workers a little bit. I'm not sure how I filled this. This is... that's bad. That's not good. My bad, guys. You thought Clem is TL? No. I didn't think Clem is TL because he's blue. Just something went wrong. It happens to the best, I think. Ooh, I like this move by Clem, though. Look at that. You can see, you want to use the Cyclones for something, but they're not useful for anything. So you start making this type of... If he goes into the mineral line, though, that would be sick. You kill, like, what, freaking... No, in the mineral line, you prick! Oh, actually, he's going to kill a lot of units. I think Oliveira's super all in right now. Are you... Yeah, this is... I can't believe that Clem is winning. You know what's crazy? That whoever I believed was Clem was winning in the moment. So it's not about being Clem. It is believing that you are Clem. It's like a crazy placebo. Oh my god. He's doing it. The madman. Is there even any tanks defensively here? We have 1. Oh, we have none. There's 1 tank on the high ground. We have 0. Oliveira? Oliveira? Eventually these tanks are going to come back online, though. That's a problem. Boom! GG. Clem wins. Like I said earlier on already, Clem ahead from the early game. And then the name switched, and he was ahead again. That's pretty wild. Oliveira's not going to be happy with that. He's like, that's weird. Do you think he has blue filter glasses? You know, that's the thing that all the glass salesmen try to sell you these days. You know? I think I told this story before. When I went to get my glasses, they were... you can have like built-in features in your glasses for like a premium price. There's like $10 and you can deflect rain. Like in Harry Potter, when he plays... what's the game called with the balls? Slytherin? No, that's the... What's the game called with the balls in Harry Potter? Their sport. Quidditch. When I play Quidditch, I think it's in one of the books. When his glasses, they become foggy. And then Hermione has a spell that makes them water resistant or something. They can put that in your glasses. The spell. And And they can also put in the blue light filter. So then I Googled, because he was selling it to me. It's like a blue light filter, really important. And it's just so good for you. And I Googled it, and it's just a load of crap. The blue light filter barely works. In order for the blue light filter to work, your glasses need to be practically yellow. So you get one of these gamer glasses. Because it's much better to just use flux when it turns night, you know? These blue light filters are garbage. Absolutely kind of pointless. And then Irene got the glasses after me, and she got sold the blue light filter. After I told her, by the way. Now, I don't want to throw her under the bus, but if there was a bus nearby, she'd probably be under it by now. She bought the freaking blue... I told her this exact story, and then she went like a week after, and she got the freaking blue light filter, and I'm just making fun of her for like the next 3 years. And then she got new glasses in Korea, and she got the freaking blue light filter again. Like, what type of disrespect is that to my intellect as well? It makes no sense. But she didn't have to pay extra for the blue filter. But just on principle, I wouldn't get it. Because now whenever I see someone with a blue light filter in their glass, I think, oh, you've been tricked. You've been scammed. That's the sign of a mark, you know? If I was a con man, you know how con men, they can always... They have tells on who's an easy mark. And I think the blue light glasses should be in there. If someone tricks you into paying $15 or $10 extra for getting blue light in your glasses, you deserve to be conned, I think. Absolutely. What is the scam of the blue glasses? You pay a premium price and it does nothing. It's voodoo. He misplaced his first barracks. That's hilarious. Okay, see, now the names are swapped. So Oliveira is on top of the screen, but he's on bottom of the map. Here I could make the mistake, but I'm not. No, it does. I have them. That's a guy that's gotten scammed. If there's any scammers in my chat and you want to sell a cryptocurrency, Har-Oos is your guy, okay? You can get him. I have a couple of NFTs laying around if you want. Of a bored ape. Alright, it's gonna be... This Marauder Rush gets spotted. That looks good for Clem. So this build, it isn't as committed. So it's not as bad, but it still sucks because you have a barracks across the map, so you're gonna have lower unit counts. Ooh, and the Reaper across the map is an issue, because there's no Marauder at home. This is the real issue. Bunker's gonna finish in time, this Reaper cannot die. If this Reaper stays alive until the Cyclone is out, that would be a huge deal. Look how sad Oliveira looks right now. It's because he's losing, because the blue player is Oliveira and the red player is Clem. Look, he's gonna lose 4 or 5 workers. This Reaper might even stay alive. If Clem knows his timings, which he should, he could piss off right now. He knows timings. It has been officially confirmed that Clem is capable of counting. That is crazy. He might be one of the first Terrans that is capable of counting. He might be the only one. It's because he off-raised Protoss. That increases the intellect. The IQ points go up. This was not great. That was actually a fairly bad trade. Woo! Guess what, Marauder though is gonna lose 2 Cyclones. That was really poorly done by Clem. I give that move about 2 stars. He's gonna lose the depot now anyway. So he went in to try and save the depot, lost the Cyclones, and lost the depot. That's a 2-for-1 deal that Oliveira takes any day of the week. This Reaper popped in again. He's actually gonna get some kills. This double Cyclone drop might actually deal some serious damage. We have 2 Medivacs, two Marauders here as well. This is big. This has potential for Oliveira. What else is there in the main base? Can we please show it? We have a couple of Marines. This is not a lot of units though. SCVs will need to be pooled here. Another depot is gonna get taken out. I think that supply block actually really ruined Clem. Okay, this is okay-ish control for now. This is good enough. Double cyclones popping out. 3 workers having gone down. I think this is absolutely fine here for Clem. Clem is not in trouble. He almost got the lock on there on the medevac. Clem at 48 supply against 39 of Oliveira. Clem with a with an orbital. Oh, could land it! Land it! Doop! He hit the floor. There you go. Nice. Really, that is 10 seconds. Okay, that is a worker that you win there. You're gonna lose the barracks anyway, so might as well just, you know. You delay that land by 10, 12 seconds. That's a worker. There's some long distance mining that you're forcing. That's a later mule. It's not huge, but it's a good move, and I'm glad that Oliveira went for it. That's just a solid, good move. I wonder if he's gonna be playing mech now. Does he still have a barracks at home at all? Or I don't think so. No, okay, he has a barracks at home, so he can just continue playing factories, or he could go into bio. Either way, I am okay with it. Banshee is gonna be the follow-up. Clem has a couple of cyclones though, and as there's no tanks defensively, these cyclones could deal some serious damage. They actually could deal some very serious damage. Oh, there is a tank. In that case, serious damage denied. Is that the Banshee? Cloak is there. Ooh, there's a Raven too. I feel like that scan was a little bit over-eager, perhaps. Could have just used the Raven with its detection ability. Terrans don't build Ravens at all. They forget that it's a detector. They usually lose it after 5 seconds anyway. Oh, here goes the Banshee. Oh, no way. That is a huge deal. That means there's no pressure on the map now. And as a result, Clem can move out. Look how upset Oliveira looks. He has a sick coat, by the way. What the hell is that? It's like he's a pimp from the 80s. No? The other thing is... Oh! I'm actually going in. I can't judge these fights properly, but this to me felt like a bad call. Getting 2... So he lost a Raven and 2 Cyclones, killed 2 tanks and a bunker and 5 workers. That was absolutely fine. I wouldn't have dared going in there. I also think I would have tried an interference matrix. I guess he didn't have it yet, so then you can't throw down an interference matrix. Did he even lose a Raven? Did he keep both of them alive? In that case, it's super worthwhile. Either way, it's worthwhile. What a gangster. Clem is playing well. Clem is playing well. He's very good right now. Some people might not be aware of that, but Clem right now, very solid. Is your video stream auto? Sometimes good, sometimes bad. So the thing is that I'm working off a live feed. What's it called? A clean feed. So I'm also not observing. Look, I'm observing without hands. So the quality of the stream is completely dependent on whatever signal I'm getting through. And right now, trust me, I'm not complaining. I've had some streams, some clean feeds being sent to me that are closer to the 2007 YouTube experience than to even just 720. It was like 240p or whatever it is. 144, 200. I don't even know the numbers, man. Moving forward with a couple of Cyclones, auto turrets being thrown down. This is a good fight for Clem. I like that. 1 tank sieging up in the back. Clem is taking good trade after good trade. Oh my god, the 6 Marine drop in the main base. I think Stim just finished. Yep, Stim just finished. Or is about to finish in about 12 seconds. He's just getting worker kills. Clem is owning today. What the hell? Like, this is also the disadvantage. If you're opening Banshees and you don't deal damage, you're always going to be down in Ravens, because you can't get 2 Banshees and then 3 Ravens, because then all of your production is going to be delayed. So you're getting either Banshees or you're getting Ravens. Clem went for Ravens, killed both of the Banshees without taking any damage. So Clem is already very far ahead, because the energy keeps coming back on the Ravens. So they're going to be useful again and again and again and again. If they've been useful in like 2 fights already, they've killed like 5, 6 workers. They killed like infinite tanks. They've dealt a lot of damage, and they're still alive. So they're going to come back later. And if you keep the tank count of your opponent low, you're going to be capable of just interference matrixing their entire army, which is a pretty big deal. You can lock your YouTube browser into a quality setting, not auto, and won't drop to 2040. Oh. Wait, but is my camera quality also going down? Because if it's just the screen, that's not on me. If my camera quality decreases, then that's on me. And then if that's the case, I'll figure out how to fix it for next time. But the screen, I can't help, because that's a live stream I'm getting from somewhere else. And there the quality is just gonna suck sometimes. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because I can see the decrease. Okay, yeah, GG's. Get help. Okay, you want me to ask Clem now? What were we gonna ask him about last game? Oh, if Cure made too little Ghost. Hey, do you think Cure built too little Ghosts in his late game versus Dark? It felt like he was being a bit bio-heavy. No? I feel like it's a very leading question, though. I want a certain answer. He knows I want a certain answer. It requires a very strong personality to, you know, to not go on with such a leading question. Especially if it's coming from an authority figure like me. He knows the abilities that I have. He knows about the connection that I have with Loco. If I want his career gone, I call up Loco. Simon, take him out. He's gone. Liquid drops him, banned from every ESL competition. Snap of a finger. All I had to do was give Loco the answers to Rank Roulette Season 2. And just like that, he owes me infinite favors. Okay, we have one more game. It's going to be Byun versus Reynor. The job's gone. The Dutch conspiracy is true. Cheap bio can snowball through a match. Yeah, but in that last game, it felt like Ghost would have been a bit better. Oh! Clem says, yeah, I think so. And also not getting range and air upgrades on his lips. Ah. He didn't have any. I also think he needs more mines, is what he said. Gotcha. More mines under the lips, specifically. He clarified. He had armor for the lips, but no ship weapons attack. And he didn't have range in the final game. Not enough Ghost. Okay, so there was more than just not enough Ghost, according to Clem. I think Clem is probably the best late game, or one of the best late games right now. Okay, thank you. See, very kind. So, no upgrades, no range upgrade on the lips. I didn't even notice that in that last game between Cure and Dark. No ship weapon upgrades, not enough mines under, and then too heavy on the bio. So there's 4 things. I only found one thing. I mentioned that he had a low mine count at some point, so I maybe found 2 out of the 4. This is like a game of spot the difference between Cure and Clem. I didn't do very well. I'm sorry for that. I missed the range upgrade and I missed the ship weapons upgrade, but I don't have control over the observer, so it's hard to see upgrades. I should have noticed the lack of the range upgrade, though. That's my bad. What do you think is the best Protoss player right now? Max Packs or Hero? I have no clue. I think it's Max Packs. I think Max. I'd rather play Hero than Max Packs, I think. All right. Any shoutouts? Any shoutouts today? Let's click the money button on YouTube. Ooh, I got actually a lot of shoutouts to do. See, there was a hype train. Sparta Chris with a Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. Popo Yoff with a Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. Arcon42 with a Twitch Prime. Thank you. Chimera6. Chimera 6. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Chimera. Datungdil with a Twitch Prime. Thank you very much as well. Max Power 11,880. Harstam, can you help me climb the ladder by thinking I am Clem? I can try my best, buddy. And then Mofi696 with a Twitch Prime as well. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate all of your support. As always, it's very kind of you all. When is Seromaru? No, I don't. Seromaru. I was tricked by Liquipedia, and then I tricked you guys. But it wasn't on purpose. I conned all of you on accident, okay? It's tomorrow. No, we have one more game. We have Reynor versus Byun today. That's being set up. Like, we have the players on screen. I can show you my screen. There they are. What do you guys think of Reynor's new hair? I think usually this is... So, this might be a surprise to some of you, but this is not his natural color. So he got his hair dyed. That's possible these days. So it's like a very light blonde. Now, I think usually he has like a dark brownish hair. We like it, right? Yeah, I think it looks good on him. I think if you have this though, you need to shave. Right now he hasn't shaved. So you see the dark hair on his face. I think if you have colored hair, you can't be unshaved. You need to keep that. You need to keep that clean. Byun also dyed his hair. I can't see it properly, but I think it's true. I really like Byun with the gray hair. He told me the color is called ash gray. So the gray of ashes. Oh, he's tired. You see that yawn? Just woke up. You know, Koreans... Am I allowed to share this? Yeah. Yeah, I can share this. Koreans have the worst sleep schedules in the world. Like, and it's not even remotely close. The Korean StarCraft players, that is. I'll be playing StarCraft. I'll be messaging them, right? They're like, hey, do you want to play? And they message me, no, not yet. Too early. And this will be 2 p.m. my time. It's midnight. It's midnight in Korea at that point. They'll message me to play with them at 2, 3, 4 a.m. in Korea. That's pretty crazy. That is a crazy sleep schedule. I think that is bad for you, probably. Now, the reason why they do this is that they can claim being jet lagged, even if they're playing in a good time for them. That's real thinking. They completely ruin their daily life just so they have a preemptive excuse. This is why Koreans are better than us. They're so much smarter. They're like 5 steps ahead. They wake up around 10 p.m. They wake up relatively early because they'll respond and then they'll say, it's too early to play. I just don't understand that. There's a couple of guys that play real early. Or well, early for them. It's like 4 p.m. or so, 3 p.m. Alright, let's have a look at this game. It's going to be... Oh, how many Reapers is that, guys? Do I spot a triple Reaper opener here? I think I do. Triple Reaper into Reactor Tech Lab, triple CC. loses a Reaper, Byun. Look how upset he looks. He is not happy with that at all. He is not happy with that at all. Still playing triple CC. Very bad start. Ay. Roach Warren coming out here. Reynor, you know what Reynor is doing? Reynor is countering Byun from the past. This is like, have you guys read A Christmas Carol? You have the ghost from the Christmas present, a ghost from the Christmas past, and a ghost from the Christmas future. And right now, Reynor is fighting the Byun ghost from the past. Because Byun, he used to play a lot of Reaper into 2-base all-ins, but he hasn't done that in the past 2 weeks. He's been playing a lot of triple CC. Since Clem won Atlanta, we've seen a lot of triple CC, because Clem plays a lot of triple CC. So I think a lot of the Korean times are looking at that going, hey, that seems cool. Although Reynor might have just decided to go for an attack. Are these attacking roaches or defensive roaches? They feel like defensive roaches because he built an overlord. But why would he be building defensive roaches right now? That also makes no sense. There's a lot of things going on here, and I'm not entirely sure about it. Because you move out with the roaches on the map, these Reapers are going to have a good time, no? Yeah. 6 roach for defense. Byun looks like Posh Spice. I don't even know who that is. I know it's a Spice Girl, but I don't think anyone knows what the different Spice Girls look like. The only one that I know is the wife of Beckham. She was a Spice Girl. Victoria Beckham. So he's gonna move across the map. Even more of the Ravager, but there's a bunker out. Hey, he's just gonna be fine. Oh! Bunker finishes. He's good. He's Gucci. I'm very biased, by the way. I cheer for Byun here. Because he's in my team. And because I think he's freaking cool. Victoria is Posh Spice. Yeah, so I didn't even know the one Spice Girl that I thought I knew. You hate to see it. Getting bamboozled left, right, and center today. Okay, triple CC, 46 workers to 56. No Evo chambers yet for Reynor. Lair before Evo. I think opening-wise, this is probably as bad as it's gonna get. I could be missing something, but I don't think I am. I don't actually think I am missing something. Opening-wise, this was not great. I also think Reynor's strength isn't necessarily in the Roach Ravager. I think his strength is with Ling Bane often. I also think he's quite good with Mura. I think Reynor's actually very good with Mura. I've watched him play some games. Back when Oxide was in the map pool. Is that what the map was called? Oxide? I think so. He played Mura on that map quite a bit. He was very good, like Mura into lurker stuff. Because he's so quick. It often feels like these guys, they get, you know, they get way more out of their Muras. For way longer as well. Byun is favored, I think, but we're rooting for Reynor. What the hell? Yeah, creep spread is looking tight. But it's not so hard because there was no pressure, right? The first 5 minutes. Like, even I'm gonna have decent creep spread if nothing's happening for the first 5 minutes. Like, there was like 2 Reapers that attacked him. That's not serious pressure. So the switch up, okay, is going to be... So the Roaches are for safety, switching into Ravager Ling Bane. Very high Roach count, though, for a Ling Bane opening. It's gonna make life pretty easy, though, on him. Single queen in the main. Ooh, Reynor. He's not in position. Byun, hello? Go for the drones, no? He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that there was nothing here. That's what happened. He was like, wait, you have no units at all? He started attacking the Spore, thinking he's gonna get pushed back any time. But there was nothing there. And he should have 100% of the time gone straight for the drones. Boof in with those freaking medevacs as well, and he would have been fine. He would have killed 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 drones and been in a 6-6 spot. He's still in a good position, don't get me wrong. Supplies are deceiving here because there's Roaches on the map. Roaches suck in supply. That's a 75-25 unit for 2 supply. Ooh, nice. Keeps the medevacs alive. 1-1 is about to finish up. There's no second set of medevacs on the map. That one medevac is very low. It's probably gonna die. Hive. Fast. That's a fast hive. What's up with that, huh? Baneling speed popping off. It's fairly late. Baneling speed just barely starting before the hive started. That's crazy. That means that Baneling speed started later than the infestation pit. His creep spread is bonkers, by the way. Reynor's creep spread. Byun doesn't have any creep spread. What a noob. It's like he's not even trying. 160 supply to 174. He sniped 2 Banelings there. Not the cleanest pickup, but he saves 15 Marines anyway, so it's fine. You know, I actually think that Byun has an advantage when they're playing with ping. Now, this is a controversial opinion, because everyone always tells me that Zerg doesn't require micro. I have guys coming up to me all the time on the streets, like, Arstem, Zerg is the best with ping, because you don't need to micro any of the units. I'm like, guys, that's not fair. You have the A move from 2 sides. That's kind of like microing. And sometimes they transfuse in the early game. Okay, Arstem, we were wrong, you're right. But the thing is I think Byun plays many more online tournaments that force high ping play. So I think he is better with the ping than Reynor is, because he's practiced more with it. So he understands what the limits are, you know? He knows. He absolutely knows. Look at this. He's just chewing these bad boys up. This is a good fight as well. That is not a good drop, but this is a really good fight. Reynor's falling asleep. What's this? He just lost all of his links for free? That was not a move that sparked serious joy. The main base drop, though, got absolutely blasted because it just queued them up into 8 roaches and a queen. Mediocre move. 2 more medevacs moving towards the right side. I think there's a spore in position. Look at these 2 medevacs flying by. That's banging. Oh! Vipers. 2! Oh my god, he almost got 2 Vipers. He now killed 1 Viper, which is still nice. If he would have gotten both Vipers, or even better, all 3 Vipers, that would have been huge. Because Byun actually has a bit of a timing here, I think. Although Vipers against pure Mind Styles, not great. Ooh, Adrenal Glands. Adrenal Glands would be big. That would be very big. I think it's gonna finish. Denied. That was like half a second remaining. That is huge, because there's so many links. And they're going to be trading much worse. Adrenal Glands is one of the best upgrades in the entire game. Huge, huge influence on the damage output. Holy cow. That's that. Right side doesn't have a lot of creep. Right side doesn't have a lot of creep. No +3 carapace. Not there yet. Reynor actually kind of slacking with the upgrades. That's true. That is true. Ooh, splits. Good enough. Ultras are out. Right side. Roach is showing up. Good hold here. Reynor holding. Mines going off. Oh my god, these tanks are putting in some serious work. Where is Reynor's supply though? Oh, he couldn't build any links. Is he dead? No, right? Is Reynor dead? Has he accidentally died? Mines being burrowed all around. That pool snipe was huge. Freaking massive. Unbelievable. The scenes here at this stadium. Unbelievable. He's just unsieging tanks. The supplies look so close, but I guess a lot of that supply is still in production. We're still fighting partially on creep. These tumors haven't actually been taken out. This feels scary, but Byun isn't afraid, and if Byun isn't afraid, then neither am I. He's just gonna move forward, he's gonna kill him. GG! That's it! That's it for game number 1, my friends. Absolutely. Byun has 3-3 on the way. There are no carapace upgrades, there are no attack upgrades. Byun has 5 bases, he's not happy with his micro, you see that? He's constantly screaming to himself. Giving himself words of wisdom. Don't do that again. 4 base for, well, actually it's 5 base for Reynor. 5 versus 5. I mean, if he survives, he's still gonna be down 2 upgrades, and there are ghost out. His creep has completely disappeared. Like all of the things that went well, like the upgrades being somewhat even, the creep spread, all of these things are not going well anymore. Veins get taken out there during the morphin. You think you're saving the cocoon, my friend? You're not. The Sentinel missile stops for no one. That's the attack name of the mine. For the unaware. This is not a preemptive GG. My GG was at the perfect timing. Reynor's just late. That's different. I don't ever preemptive GG. Well, sometimes I do, but this game is over. This is a no medevac army. I'm not too fond of that usually. Marauder count isn't high enough to fight that, is it? Maybe it is. 3-3 versus no +3 carapace does help. It helps quite a bit. Still no medevacs on the left side. Some guy mentioned this earlier, by the way. What the hell's happening? Why did I get 2 black screens? I'm gonna keep an eye on that. He said... He actually made a prediction. It was the first thing this guy said in the chat. He said, I'm gonna make a prediction. Byun later is not gonna have enough medevacs. That was legit his line. And at the time, I was thinking of banning him, because it's a weird thing to say. But just like Jesus, he just was ahead of his time and misunderstood. That is unbelievable. Reynor staying in this game is also kind of unbelievable. But these units are very low. Fighting off creep is never viable. Ghost now showing up. Wrong side of the road, though. Honestly, Reynor is doing really well with the tools that he has. He's not winning the game. He still isn't. But how is he making minus 50 supply fights almost look viable? That's crazy to me. I think a big part of that is going to be the medevac count. Too many SCVs? I think in such a high trade game like this, I don't think this is too many SCVs. I think this is fine. Because you just want more money. And you're constantly trading at different sides. It's not like you have one massive army that needs to stay together. He's playing a super active late game here. I think it's okay. As long as you're not maxed out for too long and your opponent doesn't max out, I think this is a completely fine way to play. There's nothing wrong with this. I wouldn't say this is too many SCVs. Now, if he's sitting back and doing nothing, and he has 92 SCVs, I'd agree with you. It's too many SCVs. That was bad control there. Losing 5-6 ghosts. The thing is that Reynor is just not mining enough. His net is probably running out. His third is running out. His fourth base is going to be close to running out as well. So he needs a fifth, and he's just not getting the fifth. We have double starports on the way right now. Vehicle plating as well. So he's going to be pumping lips. We love to see a fusion core here too. As Byun is just going to continue trading, and even if his trades are barely efficient or even a little bit inefficient, it will be fine as long as he kills the fifth base continuously. Reynor's also only on 69 workers. So the overall supply is not necessarily a great indicator of how fights are going to go, because Byun is the one with a lot of worker supply, right? And Reynor the one with a lot of army supply. Well, Byun also has more army supply, but, you know. The ratio is similar to what it'd be with normal maxed out armies, when Terran is like 75 and Zerg is 95 workers. So that's probably why these fights have been going better than I expected, because I was a little bit tunnel visioning on just the overall supply rather than looking at what the army sizes were. Poof, poof, poof. Couple of snipes going down. I mean, once the lips start sieging up, there's just no anti-air, right? That's a serious issue. If there are air units. Yeah. Not a great look. Not great. And this will be the GG. Right? Surely at this point. This is some serious copium here coming out of Reynor. There we go. Wow. Big first win there by the Shopify Rebellion player. The greatest e-commerce platform in the entire world. Everyone that owns an online shop knows this as well. It's not even close. It's not even close. Classic Shopify player there. Fast, attractive, good, trouble finishing games. Shopify in a nutshell, baby. Not biased at all. A little bit. I said it before though, so it's fine. Tell Reynor to wake up. Reynor's well awake. He should put a light on the other side of his face. Byun looks like he's playing from heaven. But a very boring heaven. You know, it's white and bright everywhere. Like when Harry Potter, in the final movie, he goes to the train station and meets Dumbledore there, you know? That's kind of what Byun's room looks like as well. I heard that Dumbledore is sitting next to him, actually. But I'm not entirely sure if that's true. I haven't confirmed it. The camera never moves there. Dumbledore doesn't like being on camera. He's a little bit shy. Oh, Byun's pissing off. A little chit-chat there with Albus. To infinity and beyond. I never heard of it before. That's pretty good. 4 stars. Oh. I got a super chat. I got 2 super chats. Let me do a quick shout out here. Thank you, TRG121, for the Australian dollars for 50. And thank you, Marcus Lunau, for the 10 euros. Much appreciated, buddy. It's very kind. Over on Twitch, we had a subscription from Kat Bertino. Thank you for that. And Mofi and Chair of Enchantment. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Money streaming in. Love to see it. Back to the game. Or well, back to the waiting screen with Reynor and Byun. Well, I've heard from to infinity and beyond before, but not from beyond to infinity and beyond. Maybe my Dutch pronunciation confused you, thinking that I just said to infinity and beyond. But beyond sounds similar to beyond. Beyond. I think the plosive is a little bit more, you know, pyeon, I think is what it is. It's not byeon, it's pyeon, I think in Korean, if I'm not mistaken. Irene's last name is actually Byun as well. So I should know this. All right. She didn't take your last name? I don't know if she did. I never really thought about that. I think there might be a combination. I'm not sure if legally she took it. She's getting some letters with my last name. I was really confused. The other day I got a letter that was addressed to J.H. de Koning. And I was like, oh, they sent a letter to the wrong de Koning. It's like they must have mixed up the names or something. So I was about to throw it in the trash. And I was like, wait a second. I know those initials. It's my wife. So she signed up with my last name. But I think usually she just uses her, maybe there's a combination, like a Byun de Koning. I'm not entirely sure. I don't actually know what it legally is. I think the government just uses her last name. Yeah. I think so. I'll ask her, but I'm not sure if she knows either. Yeah, sorry, I'm sometimes late with changing the sound. That's my bad. Hearthstone Command is not okay. Why? It doesn't matter. I didn't throw out the letter. If I would have thrown out the letter, maybe we would have had a needed to have a talk. But I didn't throw out the letter. I was fine. This is a weird map to play, by the way. Golden Aura. A lot of Zergs really dislike it. First map was Heartlet. Second map, Golden Aura. I've heard a lot of Zergs complain about this map, saying, hey, it's really hard, especially against campy styles. And Byun played aggressive in that last game, almost Clem-esque, but I don't think he necessarily... Like, he can play these campy styles as well. The best part of this story is you legitimately believe the government would take the time... No, it wasn't a government letter. It was... I think it was like her pension fund or something like that. Like her pension, what you call it? The pension company. So that's why it confused me, because I figured they wouldn't update. So I'm not sure. I just hadn't thought of it. And I'm not much of a letter opener myself. I've shared this before, I think, but I have a... Oh, hold that thought. Is this gasless? No, this is just gas. Okay, standard. He's opening up with Medevac, Fake, Cloak. Might still just go into Banshee. I have a very strong distaste for lotteries overall. I really dislike lotteries, specifically Dutch lotteries. I don't hate the lottery as a concept, but the way it's executed most of the time, I'm not a big fan of. So I get angry whenever I get their ladders. They're also the only company that directs ladders specifically at people. So I've been calling lottery companies to stop mailing me, and they've been taking me off the list. But there's so many different lottery companies that I still receive them all the time. So because most of my letters that I get are from lottery companies, I tend to just not look at the mail that I get. That is a bad habit I'm aware of. This is a good attack here, by the way. That's dealing quite some damage. state-funded lotteries are insane. It's not just the fact that it's state-funded. I don't mind state-funded lotteries. The fact that they're unfair, and B, is that they're forcing you into playing. Like, they're using tricks on you. We'll get into that after we watch these Hellions. Like, I'm okay with lotteries existing. I think they shouldn't be allowed to make commercials for it. Because our argument is always, well, aren't people allowed to dream? I'm completely okay with people dreaming, but why are there so many freaking commercials for lotteries? If the goal is to allow people to dream and to play a fair lottery, I'm completely okay with that. Why are they spending 50% of their freaking budget that they're making on stupid commercials that all look the same? Well, they always happy people in the lottery. Well, the lottery is a depressing thing. And also, one of the main lotteries that we have is based on your postal code. And the reason why a lot of people buy lottery tickets is because they're afraid that the lottery price is going to hit their postal code, and then everyone in their street is going to be filthy rich except for them. This is like some sick mind game. The fact that this is allowed is just... It is crazy to me. It is crazy that you're allowed to do that. This is such obvious manipulation. Like, it's absolutely mental. Unless you win, then it's great. Yeah, if you win, I mean, it's great. I'm okay with lotteries. I just hate them. I hate the concept. Yeah, it's some crazy FOMO mental manipulation. This game looked okay for Byun. I like that Reynor is playing the way it up. Did he forget his baling nest? Does he have a lair? I think he might have forgotten his baling nest. Yeah, because you rushed lair. The reason you rush lair is for quick baling speed. So you have baling speed for the first push. So what Reynor did here is getting the worst of both worlds. No fast upgrades and no fast baling speed. Hell, no bailings altogether. So he's struggling right now defending his creep as this push is moving in. Good pick up here out of Byun. Creep needs to be respread instantly. Baling nest was forgotten. You know that Reynor at this year's Katowice on... I can't remember what the map name is. But against Oliveira forgot baling speed in game 5. That's very sad. This is an extremely good run by. Huge. Because it takes away attention from Byun. It takes out 4 or 5 workers. And it forces the next drop to stay at home for a little longer. Because you're afraid of that push out, right? Byun also lost majority of his Hellions already. So he can just send 4 Hellions back home to deal with it. That's not how it works. Reynor right now needs to start growing towards a 5th base, I think. I wonder if he takes it on the kind of the what is that, like the 6.5 o'clock position. I really wonder if that's where he goes for. Did Byun already finish his armory, by the way, or did he forget? I think Byun might have forgotten his armory. If that's the case, that would freaking suck for him. Oh, that would not be good. It was Babylon. Correct. That's actually a crazy story, Makelele. Winning 82 million in a lottery. That's pretty wild. Oh, he actually did have an armory. Look at that. And he's starting his armor upgrade before. I like that. Wait, is he building another eBay? Did he lose any? Oh my god! The eBay was to block the banelings? Cute. That's a cute play. 4 stars. 4 out of 5. Now we're starting our +2 attack as well. Not the greatest micro. Or, well, the micro is good. Just he started a little bit late. And you can be great at micro, but if you start microing after your Marines die, it's not going to do very much. This is a good push. This is a good push there on the right side. It's going to force the Lynx back most likely. Oh, there come the Marines. Start taking out a lot of Hydras. It's not a good trade though, because he loses pressure on the map. Killed a bunch of Queens, which is nice. It means that from now on out, taking out creep is going to be more impactful. Oh, okay. Byun doesn't believe in the game anymore. So he switched plans. He was going to play a macro game, 4 base, double factory. And he says, hey, this isn't working for me. I'm throwing down 3 barracks, but these barracks are insanely late. Just insanely late. Like there's going to be nothing there. And he's going to go, I think, 8 Rex Marauder now. And then still go into a fort. But it's really a switch up in style. He might just die here, to be honest. Like, this isn't looking too hot for him at all. 6 workers have gone down somewhere. I think that's the double mine drop that we saw move out at some point. Fort base being built on position as well, by the way, is a crazy thing to do here for our good friend Byun. Let's face facts. Because if that base gets cancelled, he's in a whack spot. Interesting scan. Wanted to make sure that he wasn't being attacked. This is what happens when you play too many games against Dark. Like, Dark 100% would be attacking into you with Hydra Link Bane. The Europeans, though, they're kind of losers, you know? The European Zergs. They sit back, they absorb. What if we get hit by a mine? You know? Dark usually just A moves with his eyes closed. Goes home to start injecting, spreading creep during the fight. Doesn't really look at it. So what if he gets hit by a mine? He has more where that came from. European Zergs, they always play so careful. It's true. I love, by the way, that Byun went for 4 tech labs and now is just building pure marine. That is an alpha move if I've ever seen one. That's like investing in a €500 coffee machine and then saying that you only drink tea. That's very cool. 4 out of 5 stars again. Wait, did he actually just get reactors? Maybe he didn't get tech labs and I misread. Because he's building 15 marines at a time. He went full reactor? That's just like building... That's like getting an expensive coffee machine and drinking coffee. It's not quite as cool. Although just building 15 marines at a time is by itself, I think, kind of sick. I like that. He's gonna have the most insane damage output that we've ever seen in our lives. If he snipes that Bane, which he does, I think he can fight here. 3 medevacs. Yep. Oh, the mine there. Out of nowhere. Look at this marine count, man. There's like 90 marines. No, that's not true, but it's a lot of marines. He's still pushing this top side as well. How is this possible? How is this viable against any amount of Banelings? No one knows. How's he not losing supply? He's dealing damage. What? There's like 16 marines and medevacs as well, just chilling. It's like looking from upstairs, like, we're safe, guys. Looking good down there. He's like, all right. You might want to drop down, help me out here, Chief. Oh, we have our hands full with these Links and Banes. If a single lurker ever hits the field, though, like, that's gonna be sick. It's gonna be real nice. It's legit just pure marine. He's just building marines. This is not a strategy. Oh, he has 2 lurkers. He has 2 lurkers. So that means you can seal off 1 entrance. Oh, Medevacs in some trouble. Scans for these lurkers. Seismic Spine is done as well, by the way. So Byun's moving in. Oh, almost gets a kill there. Almost gets a kill, but not quite. Yeah, Reynor absolutely holding. 3-3 is about to finish up. I think Byun went in maybe a bit too early. If he goes with 3-3 against no +3 carapace, you're fighting very well against Link Bane. Oh, and then now there's 6 lurkers. Oh, and there's 5 as well over here. Yeah, I mean, this is just over. Oh, I didn't realize it was this. I thought it was over, but not like this. It's gonna try killing this position with just pure marines. I can predict you how that's gonna go. Not very well. As Byun is just bleeding units left, right, and center. His early game was awful, though. Well, his early start of the mid game was terrible. Still made it almost a game. Kind of sick. I give this game 4 stars as well. Good series. Last 2 series have been banging. Absolutely banging. I'm happy with this all. Absolutely. Very good stuff. Love to see it. Oh, Zadrigo, thank you for the 250 RSD. Byun may have heard you yesterday commenting how he could be doing so much more if he had 30 Marines more. Very true. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Alcyone on West now? Yeah, I think so. I think the way it works is that they play West, Central, West. Because that is the way it usually works with all SC SC Boy hosted tournaments. Why is this thing sometimes just going away? I don't understand. Something funky when you full screen YouTube videos with OBS. I don't know what it is. Messing with me. Is there no more games? There's going to be one more game. That's it. One more game and Bob's your uncle. Is that how you use it? Let me go real fast. Bob's your uncle. And there it is. And there you have it. Yeah. You can also say, and Fanny's your aunt. Fanny's your aunt. But if you use the English one, you say aunt. That's how the British pronounce it. Incorrectly. What happened to Cyril? He's playing tomorrow. I was tricked. Cyril Maru is tomorrow. So we get... The good news is that it's happening. The bad news is that it's not happening today. But the good news is that we get to look forward to it another day. As a community, we can be hyped together for one more day. They should just infinitely postpone Cyril versus Maru until the very end of the tournament. So people tune in every day expecting Cyril versus Maru, but it's happening another time. That would be epic. Reynor decided that the camera is not worth it anymore. Maybe he wanted to play without a shirt. You know? And the organizers are like, you're going to have to turn off your camera. We cannot broadcast this, Reynor. It's like, why not? I think I look good without a shirt. Like, Reynor, it's not about that. Are you body shaming me, bro? Like, Reynor, please put on a shirt. No. Then turn off your camera. Then he turned off the camera. This is the conversation how it went. I just got the message in my in-ear. Noted. It's going to be an underwhelming 2-0 for Cyril. I actually don't think this is true. I think Maru's going to take one map at least. Rumor on the street is he might even take 2. Give us the Italian chest view. The fans want it. Look, Byun is smiling. Nothing to smile about though, he just lost the game. Everything should be serious when you lose. Oh, Reynor's back. I wonder where he went. Maybe he changed shirt? Was he wearing a different shirt before? Gray? No, it's gray here as well. Did he change something? I don't think he's wearing over-the-ear headphones here. No, he is. He's wearing glasses. There's like a game of spot the difference. But there's no difference. He just looks exactly the same. Nothing changed. Why are we not live yet? I want to watch the next game. We all smile when we see Reynor. Oh. Reynor's trouserless now. It's possible, you never know. Maybe Byun has been trouserless this entire time. That's his secret. That's the reason why he performs less well in tournaments. Can't play without the pants. I think he's proxying. Or maybe we went into the game too late. Oh, never mind. He's just walling on the low ground. I saw the SCV move out and my brain instantly goes to the proxy. Reynor's playing, you see what this is? Lads? This is what is known in colloquial StarCraft as the Eric build. Wait, what is Byun doing? Oh no. Oh no. Ah, it is the double gas build. I was there when he incepted this, when he made this up. I was there at the... So, we were in Toronto. We were boot camping. I'm not sure if this is going to be the build. This might just be the Cyclone build. Okay, it's just going to be the Cyclone build, actually. Never mind. Oh, I was afraid it was going to be the other one. So, when we were in Toronto before Atlanta with Byun, Sasha, and Lambo, we, at like one of the final days, Byun was like, hey, I think I need a new build. And he was just trying to make a new build. And he made a double gas opener. And Lambo and we looked at each other. And he was like, that looks really bad. And he was just practicing it against the AI. And he was saying things like, this feels good. And Lambo and I were just looking like but it looks really bad. Like, it seems to achieve nothing. So I was afraid he was going to play that build, because it started with 2 gas as well. It was like a 2 gas Hellion drop or something like this. It looked terrible. Even the AI easy held it. Without losing anything. Oh no. Alright, but this build's good. This is a fast Cyclone all-in. Reynor hasn't quite scouted yet, but is now going to lose his Cyclone. He lost to this exact build in Atlanta, I think. I think Byun played this build in Atlanta against Reynor and killed him with it in 5 minutes. This is a crazy repeat to do against someone you've already beaten. That is a crazy repeat. Imagine if he wins again, though. If Byun manages to win again, he's adopted Reynor. That's what you say. He's adopted him. Reynor scouted. Yeah. Come on. He said, come on. He said, come on. I can see it. I'm a lip reader. 16 links popping out. Speed is far away from finishing, though. We're going to have 4 Cyclones being constructed at a time. Spine is on the way. Byun is upset, but I mean, he kind of had to expect this, no? You open up with double Marine. Factory in the wall. It's like, oh, what could it be? No CC. Like, yeah, Reynor's going to scout around. Hey, these links don't have speed, though. Links don't actually have speed. Byun could commit. He doesn't know he can commit, but he could. Oh, that was lag. That's lag. That's lag. That's lag. That was laggy. I'm not sure if it was lagging for them or it was the clean feed, but it was lag. No matter what you say, it was lag. Attacking the 3rd hatch here seems stupid, but it does limit your opponent's production. I'm not sure if that's good enough, though. I don't think it is, actually. There's some links in between that want to catch reinforcements. The Cyclone count is bonkers. Oh, A move! This is good for Byun, no? No, never mind. He lost all of... That was a gnarly move, command. Supply-wise, okay for Byun. If he gets 1 or 2 queens... there's still a spine, that is an issue. If Reynor doesn't lose his queens, maybe there's something there. I mean, if Reynor loses queens, that was a bad fight. Loses like 8-9 links for free. Cancels his hatch. Why is Reynor taking a 3rd anyway? Shouldn't the play here be adding another spine? I think you have to pull the boys. If you're Byun, because you can't afford to get hit on the Cyclones. What are these links doing? That's pretty crazy, no? Because you could go hunting for links. Oh, the queens! The queens! What? He's gonna kill the spine instantly. He's so careful. Can Reynor hold that? These links need to come back right now. Oh, but then they're... Oh my god. Who wins this? I have no clue. Reynor. Reynor wins this. That's who. I have a clue. Yeah, Byun's dead. Oh. That was proper close though, huh? I started to believe again at some point. Yeah. I feel like you start scaling better with more Cyclones though. So what if you just keep building Cyclones forever and pray your opponent isn't droning up? Would that be a move? A grenade here? Look at this. GG. Byun's gonna get kicked down to the lower bracket, or it's a Swiss system. So if you go 3-0, you're through to the next round. If you go 0-3, you're out. If you lose 3 series, you're out of the tournament. If you win 3 series, you're in the next round. Wow. And getting scouted early on sucked, but he still almost had a chance. I wonder what happens. Look at this. So here, the links are out of position. If Byun commits right now, I wonder if he just wins. I mean, it's crazy to commit because you know that the links are on the map. I also wonder if just getting 1 or 2 Hellions would be sick. Like just having 3 Hellions would be so good, no? Against pure Ling. You can add in an armory maybe with the gas that you have left over. Morph them into Hellbats. I feel like if there's no spines, no nothing. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh, this is for tomorrow. So tomorrow we're starting with Maru versus Serral, which is exciting for me and for all of you. Then we have Max Pax versus Shin, which is also going to be a good series. Then we have Bunny versus Firefly, which is a good series, but the worst series of the day. And then Trigger versus Solar, which I think Solar will win, but hopefully Trigger gets to upset. I'm cheering for Trigger there, despite liking Solar a lot. I'm a bit of a Trigger fan. So let's see if they have the overall bracket somewhere. No bracket, just anime commercials now. Anime commercials to the very end, my dear friends. Oh, it sucks for Byun. I wonder if there's a... it's okay. We'll get a bracket tomorrow, I'm sure. The rest of the matches. All right. I think that is it. I've done all the shoutouts as well. We hit a nice 1,000 viewers on YouTube. We had a solid 421 over on Twitch. Today, viewer-wise, was a good day. Thanks for watching, all of you. I appreciate every single one. I'll be back tomorrow. Next stream will be live in exactly 21 hours. No, 20 hours and 57 minutes from now is when I'll be live with Maru versus Serral as our first match. If you don't want to miss that, tune in from the very start. Because I might even start 10 minutes early. So you guys can be like, hey, wait a second. What's happening now? Hearthstone Online this early? Something must be up. Maru versus Serral. That's what's happening. Exciting match. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys as well. Enjoy your day. And I'll see you all then. Ciao, ciao. What do you tell your wife and your boss now? Same trick again, buddy. You got it. I believe in you, Chief. Absolutely. Yeah, no worries.